I believe where we left off, our group decided to investigate rumors of a rancher being behind a local tribal war between the hobgoblins and the elves. They did this through a series of, well, not really a series, but they split the party and investigated a establishment that auctions off magical items about acquiring items, pretending to be buyers for magical items to see if the ones that have been stolen from these tribes happen to be there. They found one of them, if I remember right, the shield. While another group went to the tavern for the night and got in a fight. One person got in a fight, and the tavern was also odd with the fact that instead of keys, they give you whole doors for your rooms. So the next day, we had the investigation and just purchasing some items. We'll pick up off with you guys meeting outside the general store and the auction house, since everyone seems to be done with their tasks. I suppose if you step out, both groups step out at the same time.
I'm linked with Jace and John, I believe.
Yes.
Correct. And it was for a good long amount. We were like 7 years.
Well, no, it was John, Farnsby, and...
No, it wasn't me.
It wasn't you? I thought you were...
I'm not included in it either.
It was just, us three.
Yep.
Us three.
It's because the only person I saw was John. We were walking through, because I think you two were already in the shop.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I was walking out with stuffing my essentials into the bag.
His lord.
Yeah.
Melt my beans, bacon, whiskey, and lard. I got all
I
four.
think I bought an orange.
And Farnsby,
Scurvy,
you didn't
yep.
have anything you bought.
I got 4 essentials. Beans, bacon, whiskey, and lard.
Except the,
I don't like me bust the guy from my
it's the food square. Alright.
Okay, so we emerge victorious. I mean, we know the shields did, right?
Yes, you saw the shield. You heard the fact that they do have a book of everyone who has given them items.
That's right. And I studied how she did the locks.
Yes.
I have that engraved in my head.
Okay. Have that updated because my printer's not working.
I can't remember what I called myself last time.
You didn't use a name the entire
I
time.
did not.
No, but I picked one out previously before I did.
Mm.
Just correct.
Yes, it was Gregory. It was Gregory, yes.
Oh yes, it was Gregory.
Gregory with 2 G's.
You were
Gregory.
Bob? You were something simple.
I think you were Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bob and time.
Okay, anyway,
Doesn't get anybody's names though.
Farnsby and Borealis, you guys step out of the general store after killing some time.
call it that.
I just messaged Jace in my mind like, need to change back.
Depends what we're doing, I guess.
So they're outside the general store now?
We stepped outside of
The auction house, which is pretty close to the general store, when John had stepped out.
I was like, yeah, because we had a conversation where I had the confusion of like, who the fuck is that? You already
Yes.
replaced Jace?
Yeah.
Okay, so the place that we had the smokes and the drink, was that also a hotel?
No,
Just-
it's just a gentleman's club. That's how I described it as. Yes.
When we were there, we picked up the name of a more prestigious hotel.
From what you guys were discussing, no, not at the moment. since you were more focused on listening in for magical items,
Okay.
you would not have picked up the name of the hotel at the time. You can go back and ask if you want.
Yeah. Just message Jace, like, probably be easier for you to slip out of whatever thing you're in, spell-wise or whatever, blend in.
So you don't want me to be like this anymore?
I mean, if you're spotted going to the Krusty Tavern, that I'm assuming the other three went to last night, probably won't look good on your appearance.
Fair enough.
Me, I'm okay. I'm the bodyguard.
So like an alley or anything that would be
Perception check.
fairly hidden?
Oh, that's cool.
That.
Perception? 13?
13. There are silver alleyways. A lot of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. But what stands out to you, though, the perfect spot is an outhouse. Behind one of the buildings, down an alleyway.
Fair enough. We'll go down there and look and make sure nobody's following me before I...
Okay.
I stay on the streets, just
Stay
kind
on
of
the
watch
street.
around. See if there's anybody on his
So,
airway.
both of you go ahead and make a perception check since you're now trying to see if someone's keeping an eye on you.
Nope, I don't see anything.
Ah! 12.
12.
My passive, my passive would see them doing stuff from. You said they're pretty close, so they across the street or catty corner.
It's literally down the road.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Am I
like-
able to
it's like
see?
a-
Am I able to see them and
I remember
recognize?
it's like a 2-building
Am I
thing.
able to recognize Valentine?
You're able to recognize Valentine easily.
And obviously not. That's one.
Not the.
Do I see him go down the?
Yeah, you see them go down the alleyway. Besides the people you already know, nothing seems to stand out to you for if people's keeping an eye on you.
Hey, Farnsby. Recognize that old bloke with Valentine?
Nope.
Went down that alleyway together.
No, I'm standing on the road.
Oh, you're still standing? Okay. The hole until he gets back.
Okay.
Didn't take around for me to change, so
Yes. So no one seems to be paying attention to you.
I would change back to my normal clothes, I guess.
Okay.
Take my fancy clothes off.
Okay. So changing your clothes is going to take longer than changing your appearance. So I say it probably takes you a couple of minutes to do your change completely. You could step out of the outhouse, and you see Valentine like keeping an eye out. Do you guys approach Valentine while you're waiting?
I imagine we should go see Valentine. Yep.
Okay, you approach.
Yeah.
John, are you going to approach, or you just?
Yeah.
Okay, so the group meets back up at you, Valentine. I'm assuming Farnsby, you approach.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
we're,
Okay, all
I was
together.
nodding.
Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't see it.
So, can I help you, gentlemen?
Can you?
Message John. What the hell are you guys doing?
I don't know, I'm following them.
Well, since
I'm
you
like
saw
still
us-
stuffing lard into my bag. I'm like,
so
behind
since
you.
you saw us
waddling.
coming and didn't message him to not come, we
He has a point.
I also remember I almost had a 12 perception. It's the lowest I've seen in a long
yeah, but
time.
he said that you saw us.
Like they weren't hiding or anything.
Was the old guy with you?
He's my ward.
At this point, you step out and look up. You guys see Jace rejoining the group.
Hi, where the fuck did you come from?
I had the shits, man.
Does he smell like an outhouse?
You don't need a roll for that, he does. It smells like an outhouse.
I take a step back. Shut up.
One of those lingering smells.
I don't know why you're doing that, because this whole town smelled like shit.
Not this bad.
As you guys see a horse walk by, and his tail lifts up, and
Naturally.
Where'd you guys stay last night?
Stay in the tavern.
I can't remember.
We stayed down at the tavern, just down.
Yonder?
No.
down there.
No,
I'm pretty sure that is the name.
Is it the tavern?
No, I don't
It had a
remember.
name.
Oh.
Do you remember the bartender?
Oh no, I remember the name. It was
It was the shiny
Bell
bell or bell bottom, yeah,
Bell
because it
bottom.
had the shiny
Yeah,
bell
bell
at the bottom of the
bottom,
door. That's
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know. I
I was
think I don't
totally
remember
watched
is
the
more
episode.
accurate for the bartender.
Yeah, you never got the owner bartender's name either.
I don't think he knew it either, so. Weirdest place you ever stay, lad.
Okay.
Normally, you go to get a room, you get a key, right?
Yeah.
Not here. You get the whole door.
Wait, what?
Aye. That's what we said.
Just don't question it.
I'll just fill in Valentine on the happenings
Okay.
of the morning,
All right.
the bar fight, and then
What do you
the
learn?
information that I gathered.
Well, let's, I guess, go to the bar and set up for a little bit. Explain everything what's going on, and then we can make a game plan from there.
All right. So you guys go back to the bell bottom.
Sure.
So as a group, you guys decide to go to the bell bottom.
Yeah.
Reach in, and it's kind of hot. It's a little bit more hopping now, being a little bit later in the day. Still see some hooting and hollering going on. You see another bar fight breaking out. It's not near as one-sided as the one previously.
You know, the one where you took no damage.
I still can't believe I took no damage the whole time. These poor guys.
And you guys see the fourth bartender still like just spitting into a cup and cleaning it,
Polishing the same glass.
with a weird like glassy-eyed look in his face, his eyes just glazed over.
What color is the glass?
Glass. So at this point it's just brown.
Okay. So it doesn't have like a marbled look
No,
to it,
it's
like a
just
bunch
like-
of patches of color?
No.
Aw.
Any free tables?
Looking around, there is a free table. Yes. It goes to the free table. Yeah. Okay. The free table.
Just wanted to go up to a room.
Let's get some beers. John?
No,
Choking on something over there?
I wouldn't suggest. I wouldn't suggest beer.
Any whiskey?
I wouldn't suggest drinking anything that the bartender serves.
I would not either.
I look over at the bar and like realizing what they're doing.
It's like, I guarantee you, whatever he's serving in there, he probably don't even know what it is.
We had just asked for the bottle.
Are you sure he didn't clean the bottle beforehand?
See one of them made like really like look at a really dirty spot. He goes.
I ain't a clean perfection this time, not, but
Like that one had some chunks.
Looks it up and you see like stuff like slowly like oozing out of it.
I'm gonna go ask and see if he's got an unopened bottle
How
of
about
whiskey.
Okay, so you go up and ask if he has an open bottle of whiskey. Goes up, he looks like, I do. Would you like to buy it?
How much would you want for it? And can I see it?
5 silver, and sure. You know, like reaches down and he pulls up, and it's of course it's not clear glass, it's just brown glass, and it has like has just a cork in it. And there's no
Markings.
label or markings on this bottle at all.
perfect.
I'm gonna reach into my bag while he's out. I'm actually gonna pull out the bottle of whiskey I'm out at the general store,
The 97.
pass it around.
I'm buying it.
Alright. Alright.
So 5 silver.
5 silver.
Hand them over 5 silver.
I think you'll enjoy it. When I was a doctor, this helped cure a lot of things.
I bet it did. Just take it back over the table.
Rubbing alcohol is for outside wounds. Drinking alcohol is for inside wounds.
And I'm just gonna whisper quietly that we should probably not drink this. We might have to pretend.
Okay.
Yeah, but you go back to the table. There's already a bottle of whiskey being passed around.
I do say. Make a Molotov out of that.
I don't reckon I know what that is.
I don't have much of a motive.
You've never pushed a cloth into a bottle of whiskey, lit the cloth on fire, and then threw it at something.
Well, that's a waste of good whiskey.
Is that
That's a
good
way.
whiskey?
That's a way to sink your own ship, sailor.
Sounds effective against tree
Living
people.
out in the woods, I gotta say, setting shit on fire when you didn't have to isn't exactly a good idea.
I missed that word. I heard
Smokey-
tree people.
Smokey the
I
Bear
said- I
says-
said it sounds effective against tree people.
I was told
Yeah, and
only.
setting the rest of the damn forest on fire, yeah.
I was told by a wise
I
man
ain't
only
gonna
you
get
can
eaten.
prevent forest fires.
Ain't wrong. But half the time, they'll just eat themselves.
Maybe they taste better cooked.
It could be a good diversion strategy too. We have to infiltrate the farm. We toss it in the barn.
Open up the cork. How's it
I
smell?
mean, I'm not
Incredibly sweet.
objected to
Incredibly
it.
sweet.
We are on the plains.
All right. Recork it for now.
Okay. Yeah, it smells incredibly sweet.
It's chocolate milk. It's just a healing potion.
I'm more of a rum guy myself, but
You know, so. Did you guys find anything?
I told you everything already.
I wasn't listening. Sorry, what?
We found out.
I told you back at the everything I knew back at the auction house.
In the alley. Is that the alley?
Okay, so you guys confer information together.
Yeah. Information that I have long since
Yeah.
forgotten. I'll be straight with you. All I can remember is that I figured out
I have
the.
gathered no information.
Did I figure out like
whatsoever.
the name of the person from?
So
I did.
I
yeah,
think you figured out the name.
yeah,
I
you-
intimidated him.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were able to find out that
Robert called.
Yeah, Robert Coles was the one that was probably been doing odd, unknown jobs for Rodney Klein's, but
Yes.
dude learned the name Steve Wiseman as the foreman, who might know more than what's going on
That's
as
right.
well. Those are the two names you found out during the discussion.
We also found our Avengers, the shield. It's up for sale in our auction house.
A little expensive, but it's there.
Long story short.
Sounds like we should just. If it's a little expensive, maybe we just might have to free it from its current location.
It was like what, 2,500 gold pieces.
Yeah.
It was definitely out of our price range.
Not really interested in trying to find or trying to steal back the item just yet. What I am interested in is their books. That's what I'm interested in.
I'm not one who really enjoys reading a whole lot.
The books will have evidence of who's trying to sell these items.
Oh, those kind of books.
Yes.
Okay.
I saw these camp marker fence on that building, right?
Yes.
with my warlock evocation that allows me to read everything, does that include Thieves' Cant?
I'm going to actually rule no, because thieves' cants are usually a bunch of symbols that just have meanings to the people who view the symbols. They actually don't spell anything out.
Right.
On my time, kind of with these low groups and stuff like that, fencing usually takes place towards the end of the day, right? Or does it take place in broad daylight too?
In your experience, fencing just happens whenever. Usually a code, there's usually an establishment have some kind of code words to say when you enter the facility. For an example, it's usually a general one is they usually ask you how the weather's doing, and if you give a normal answer, they will know that you're just a normal customer. But if you are able to say it's a little heated today, that they know that you're bringing in something illegal. So it's usually just it happens anytime. Usually just undercoat.
Just figured it was colder than a witch tit and bread bra.
The eagle has landed.
Well, if you're not wanting to steal this shield yet, I propose we go see. I've already forgotten his name.
Rodney Klein? Well, what? Who?
The other one.
Oh, Robert Calls, the cowhand?
Yeah.
Is it a good idea to be stealing from an organization that likely makes a lot of money from stealing shit?
I mean, sometimes.
'Cause I'd like to think they
In
probably
my-
know how to protect
In my
their shit.
experience, you have to sometimes steal to make ends meet.
I'm not saying it's unnecessary, but I think we need a little more information.
Since I'm not trying to steal, I'd like to get in there and see if I can't appropriate the books for a couple of minutes. Maybe make a couple copies.
Where were the books at?
There was a safe that I saw, right?
It was a safe. And the lady who was helping you did say that they keep the books locked within the safe to make sure no one else can get to them.
So there's a safe in the room with everything else. But it's in the same room with all the items. So
Okay, so
Now,
tonight,
Val.
Yeah.
Track record with safes aren't exactly flawless. I just want to remind you.
This sounds like a good story to me.
As we flash back to
the one freaking time, Jesus Christ.
Yes, flashback to Val opening a safe and a gun pops out and shoots him, knocking him
Who just
unconscious.
fucking dies.
so let's say tonight we go to the auction house, all sneakily and shit, and follow the lady home. Steal the key from her, go back to the place and unlock the doors. She has the key.
Or I could just try to pick the locks. I saw the way she did it.
It's an awful lot of locks to try and pick.
Explain the order of the locks and how easy they looked.
Did they look easy, or is he just making that up?
You never actually asked me if they looked easy, you just asked me what order they went into. So he is making insight check, deception check.
Did you make a bluff check?
Oh, really?
Deception's probably good, I'm assuming.
No.
No?
You go first.
19.
Oh, okay, baby. 6.
Yeah.
I rolled an 18, but apparently my deception's only a +1.
Valentine's incredibly confident in what he's saying.
Alright, I mean, you think you can get it easy, I'm alright with it. Just figure there's multiple chances to fuck up, so I figured a key would be better.
I mean, I guess I could try to pickpocket her with the key.
All we gotta do is wait for her to go home and go to sleep.
Oh shit, here we go again.
We got our little, I got my little trick where I can sneakily grab something.
Is this like an old woman that they were talking to, or?
No, this woman was probably about mid to late 20s.
I mean, we're hoping that she sleeps in town. I mean, if she goes outside of town, then I say we should try to break in. But
Maybe you can. Was she married? Did she ever not married?
How'd you know that's where I was
Yeah,
going
do a
with that?
hindsight check. Just
Somebody
add
got
your
ring on?
intelligence modifier to it and see what happens.
Why I was asking about her age.
Intelligence?
Yeah,
19.
19, okay. She did not have a wedding finger on her hand.
Wedding finger on her?
She just sucks it. I was like, I didn't know we grew extra fingers for
A
when we got married.
wedding
Damn.
ring on her finger.
that's a hell of a divorce.
No, this is an assassin. You can't be married again.
Fine, a ring. A ring on her finger. Go.
We'll go to him today to celebrate his marriage.
You don't love me anymore.
She probably got caught in one of them damn doors at the end.
She didn't have a wedding ring on, so
Four finger.
try to seduce her.
I can try to throw on the charm. I mean, my puck put my
You're what?
What? You what? You're what?
my
The
puck
what?
picking skills aren't very good.
I heard fucking something.
I heard fuck picket. That's what I heard. I was like, what?
Your lock picking skills aren't that good. Alright.
English.
Actually,
I swear,
like that. It's pretty
YouTube,
good.
I swear, English is our first language.
I like my puck picking skills are pretty good.
How does do English?
What would that skill be considered?
Sleight of hand.
I have a
It
plus.
used to be an actual light.
Used to be an actual stat.
I
Now it's
have
just.
a +6.
I have a +5.
For what?
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
I got you, OP.
Don't know,
Yeah, but I've
buddy.
only got a +2 in my dex.
I have a +5.
What's your plus?
+9.
Because he's proficient.
I'm +5, but I roll with advantage. my runes give me advantage on a bunch of different rolls. I have advantage on sleight of hand,
And
insight, deception, and arcana.
It's okay. Nobody can beat my Thieves' Souls check right now. It's 13 on my Thieves' Souls check.
So what I've gathered, you guys are planning on wait till this lady leaves to go home.
And I'm trying to seduce her.
On her way home.
Probably.
Alright.
Okay. Wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend the afternoon with Jace, prouting him up.
She was human, right?
Yes.
Or at least appeared to be so.
Appeared to be human, yes.
Blonde, brunette, ginger.
Make it up, Chad. Go, go, go.
Yes. She would
Boobs?
Boobs? Yes, no.
Was she like this or like this?
have. I mean, it was a small yes. Has blonde hair. Noticed that she actually had heterochromia. She had a mix of blue and green eyes when you were looking at her.
She's like, shh.
It's one way to get the key.
So you're trying to coach him in picking up somebody up? Is this
No,
what-
I'm not trying to coach him, I'm just making sure he looks not Jace and not old guy Gregory. Somebody completely new. But I still don't know he's a shapeshifter yet. So
Yes.
I'm sitting there trying to figure out how he does it and clothes and I'm thinking
So you're going to do a disguise check on him,
So-
pretty much?
Before all this, I am going to go to a store and buy some new clothes.
Okay. Well, there is the general store that was visited by 3 of your party.
Emperor's new
We'll go there.
So I go there. The gentleman still running the store. How can I help you?
Clothes section?
Behind. Like you see, like a little changing
Curtain.
screen kind of curtains, like all in there.
Alright. I'm gonna go in there.
Okay, you go in there. You see a plethora of kinds of clothes.
Okay, just like a nice dress shirt with a vest.
Yeah, you usually
and
find it.
Just nice pair of jeans.
Yeah, it looks like
New pair of boots.
new pair of boots. All of that, especially the boots, will probably run you about 2 gold pieces.
comes out looking like nacho Nacho Libre on his date. These are my leisure minutes.
Okay.
Sometimes we wear stretchy pants for
So you
fun.
buy your clothes.
And while I'm in the dressing room. No, nothing. Good idea. I'll walk out.
Yeah.
Generally a bad idea to do it there.
Generally in public, you shouldn't be doing that, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna judge.
Alright. So you buy your clothes.
That house is fair game.
Borealis. While Jason and Val are getting ready for this seduction mission, what are you doing?
They don't want me involved, I guess, so.
I mean, I don't think they're excluding you.
No, not excluding me, but I don't think they really need me for a seduction mission. As a bluish-green person, I already have enough issues with this.
Unless you want to put on your swashbuckling rogue techniques.
He's not a rope.
I'm not a rogue.
Or
So you're a
swashbuckler.
pirate.
I'm a swashbuckler. Well, I am a swashbuckler.
Yeah, but just because you're not the class rogue doesn't make you not a rogue. I mean, you are literally a pirate on land. You are in a landlocked
I guess it's
You
true.
are going
I'm a rogue pirate.
Tell me you are not.
Sitting there has a rowboat on wheels.
Now I'm just imagining
You're
the movie
like-
Dodgeball.
Like Patchy the pirate, whenever he's stuck in traffic in the boat, he's like constantly pulling the freaking anchor.
So, if we're prepping Jace for this, being as someone who has seen my fair share of stinky people, I want to find some good soaps and scents to try and put something together to clean Stinky McGee over here. Because
My clothes smell bad for like 10 minutes.
your body will smell bad. You gotta smell good for the ladies. So I want to put something together, like, I guess an early version of cologne, if I can.
Cologne existed around then.
Like a better version, though. We're not talking the Stetson, bro. We're talking Aramis.
What kind of tools are you proficient in?
Oh, nothing of use here. Nothing of use. My only proficiency is in navigator's tools and water-based vehicles.
Water-based vehicles and navigation tools.
Yeah.
Alright.
We're in the fucking
We're not in the desert, we're just in like the plains.
I didn't say the scent was gonna be good.
You're gonna make him smell, to you, you're gonna make him smell like salt
Okay.
spray and rum.
Go ahead. Just make a straight intelligence roll and see how this goes.
What I roll there?
15.
15 plus my intelligence modifier?
Alright.
17.
17. Wow. Okay. Okay. Not too bad. So you're looking around, and your first thought from your back immediately goes oranges. And you're like, no, that probably won't work out. That's good for the scurvy. I don't know
Yes.
if it's good for the ladies.
Good for the scurvy.
And you reflect back and you thought like, well, some of the courting rituals among your people involved weaving seaweed around and like using the oils and stuff to kind of permeate the waters to have a scent to it. And like, but you're like, but there's no seaweed around here. And you're like, I'll use any plant. And you're lucky enough to come across like a growing bushel of roses. You start plucking the flowers off the roses, and you just start, when Jace gets back, you start just rubbing his clothes down and him down with the petals of roses. Okay. Farnsby, what would you like to be doing?
Stand there shaking my head.
Just shake your head. Alright.
This green guy just starts
Okay.
rubbing Jace.
So, Farnsby is the guy during the makeover episode is going, oh my god, what? No. Alright. John, you wanted something, yes.
Yes. I'm gonna go for a walk.
We'll go for a walk. Alright.
Oh, I thought you said you were looking for a walk.
Yeah, for a walk. Playing sign!
That might have been
I need
at
my walk back!
that might have been out of the general store if you want to go back. But now, alright, you're going for a walk.
I need, I'm gonna go around town, and I kind of want to just get a good feel for like the layout of the town, like what every building sort of is, like get a rough feel for the way this place is.
How the town's laid out. All right.
Not like super in depth, but like just enough to like know what's there.
Okay.
Like taking a walk around the square, you know what's there.
Yeah. So
you don't know necessarily where everything is when you want to go back to it.
Okay,
but
so
I just wanna know.
that's easy enough. You go around, you figure out where general locations are. There is a square, and that's where most of you've been spending your time on. It's the busiest part of the town.
Okay.
So, you have the inn that you're staying at would be on the east side of the square, and then the general store is on the west side of the square, next to the auctioneer house.
Okay.
It acts as a square, but it's really more of a Main Street kind of thing, just an extremely wide Main Street. Most of the roads seem to be running north and south here, going through it. Go ahead and make a intelligence check to retaining the information, though. 3.
He gets lost.
So there is a residential areas offside of the main area, and in this part, there seems to be no organization. It seems like whenever they needed a house, they just built a house.
It's like Nipped in New Vegas.
Yeah.
It's small, but you get lost.
You get lost incredibly easily. And for some reason, it's like one side of town they ran out of space somehow. They started building houses incredibly close together. Then the other side of town, it's wide open, and you're just like, this doesn't make any sense, and you're just having trouble pinning on the layout. But what you do know is just like the business center or the square is just literally in the middle of town. With it seems the more resting entertainment centers on the east side of town, and more of the business part is on the west side of town, with residential areas further back behind them.
I do want to do something.
Okay.
The auction house,
Yeah.
just walk around it
Okay.
and see are there windows
Okay, yeah.
where you can see into
Make
the
a
room that you're talking about.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check about what details you can pull up around something.
Well, it's 19
Okay.
plus
Plus something. Okay.
not very much.
Not very much. Depending on how high it is, would be the details that you get from 20. A total of 20? Alright. So, walking around, you do notice that most of the windows are in the front of the building. It seems to be a 2-story, but you go around back, you actually do see a tiny, tiny window in the very bottom, like there's a basement of some sort, like a cellar of some sort with a window to it. You think maybe someone of your stature might be able to fit into it, but other than that, probably not. You see the fence thieves can't sign that Val saw earlier, but to you it doesn't mean anything. You just see the symbol of it. And you do notice that there are scratches. Not scratches. Well, I guess there'd be scratches. There are markings that look up here to be scratches to that basement door, that basement window, in the very back of the building.
Can I see inside the window?
No, it's kind of frosted over, not clear glass, and with what you have on that roll, you can see that there's a room, but you can't make out details through it.
But there are no windows into the
There's no windows
special room.
into the special rooms now. You're intelligent. Yeah, well, no, you're not intelligent enough to figure that out. Why they wouldn't be in the special room, but yeah. But yeah, the windows are in the front, and then the one tiny one in the very back.
He's not that dumb.
Mm-hmm. You said he was like a 6.
What?
Did you say his intelligence was like a 6?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, +6.
Well, 6.
11.
Oh, okay.
+0.
+0. Okay.
See, he's not a pal of dumb. He's
Okay.
pal
I thought it
of
was
he's
lower
pal of
than
mid.
that. I don't know what. Okay.
No, that's his lowest stat.
Okay. So no, you figure out that probably because it's such a high valued area, they wouldn't like a section easily breakable to get into the building. Yes.
The other thing I'd like to do while I was out and about, I want to find, hopefully, mint plant.
A mint
A
plant.
wild mint plant.
Okay. Go ahead and make a survival check then.
Shocker! It's the second one in a row. 9.
9. I say you do,
Okay.
but it's in a lady's like window garden that's hanging off the side of her house.
Okay. Is she outside?
You don't see anybody outside.
Alright, then I'm gonna ignore it.
Okay, you want to ignore it. Okay.
I was like, if they're not outside, I'm not gonna walk up to the door.
Okay. Farnsby, was there anything else you wanted to know about the building after looking around it?
When I walk by, or I could ask, the door to the inside room,
Mm-hmm.
was there a window in it?
No, it was solid. It was solid wood.
Like how solid?
Solid.
You can't bend a door.
Make
I
a
know
nature
that.
check.
You know that. But the door
Well,
looks
I'm
pretty
just saying,
stupid.
like, I just have to go off their perception of it.
Perception. From what you've heard of it, it's a solid wood door, probably made of a hardwood of some sort. And with 3 locks into it, you would put the information together. That'd probably be hard to break open if that's what you're trying to come up with. It's probably doable, but it would be challenging.
How much time do we have for other things after everything?
So it's probably midday, so you guys have time to do whatever you want till night falls, until somebody wants to start staking out that building.
So I've got a series of things that I need to do.
Okay, so let's just run through them real quick. What were you wanting to
Are there
do?
any abandoned buildings that I've noticed around town?
Perception check, and what are the things you wanted to do?
17 of the thing. My first thing would be to borrow a room of theirs to go change forms in.
Okay.
I hand you my door.
So while you're renting the rooms, as you're renting the rooms, the doors stay in place. You don't have to take them with you.
I know, I just thought it was funny. I guess I'd give him the key, because we did get keys with the doors, but yeah.
Okay, I go up to the room, I'm going to shapeshift, and then I will pick a form that is Tom Cruise-esque.
Okay.
Ew.
Okay. Same height?
What tall is Tom Cruise?
Like 5'9"?
Really?
No, he's shorter than that.
He's
Is he shorter than
He's
that
like
even?
5'6". I
He
think.
wears
Oh,
lifts.
dang.
That's why I was thinking 5'9", because yeah, he wears lifts.
I did not
Do you
know
also
that.
want the gap in your teeth too?
And also, his tooth is like mine. The middle of the tooth doesn't actually line up with his face. Like the middle of the tooth, it doesn't
Yeah.
split here. The middle, it lines up in the center of his face too.
I would be like right at 6 foot.
Okay. Okay. So Tom Cruise, but actually tall. All right.
And then
Should have just been the Iceman.
I need to visit the place before anything else, so I need to go to the auction hall.
Okay, you need to go to the auction hall. Okay. And then what was the number you got again?
23.
There are actually several abandoned buildings.
Okay.
One of them is located off Main Street Square area. Then you have about 3 residents that look like they haven't been used.
One off Main Street, does it have a lot surrounding it, or, so I don't really want to, what I may end up using it for, I'd rather it not be in a residential area.
Okay, but it looks like it used to be a general store. So there's a couple built like they're like lined up in the same kind of like
Okay.
because they're pretty much built into each other almost.
Oh, okay. Alright,
Okay.
I'll keep it in mind.
All right, anyone over here doing anything else? No.
Damn you all.
I give Jace the potion of necrotic resistance.
Okay. Got a potion of crime resistance.
You're telling me you're going back to the place. Try to sell it. If that's what
Okay.
you're trying to do.
I mean, I just gotta go to meet her so that my whole plan can work out, but okay.
Well, there's a reason why you're going in there now.
All right, so you make your way to the auction house.
Yep.
All right. walk inside, you see the woman you've technically already met before, and there's oh, good day, how can I help you?
Hi. Wow, you're pretty. I have a potion to sell.
Oh, real? Alright, so are you wanting to auction it off, or do you want us to buy it straight right from you?
What do you think would be the easiest way to get more money?
The easiest way to get more money? Well, remember, it's all a time, like the effort time thing, because you have the potential of gaining more money if you do an auction where we just take a percentage of and then, because people will be bidding on it, it could go higher than what I would be willing to offer. But if you need money now, are you willing to wait for the auction, or taking the risk?
When would the auction take place?
It would be taking place 2 days from now. It's on Sunday.
2 days from
Yeah.
now. What kind of items typically tend to sell for the highest in your auctions?
Most of our clientele tend to like more decorative items.
Is the potion bottle like decorative at all?
It's more of just a solid, like it's a clear glass bottle,
They're not decorative.
not decorative.
But it's got a black swirling.
You got black
looks
swirling
like
liquid in
death.
it. With like kind of looks a little, almost smoky like kind of flavor to it.
I'll pull it out and kind of shake it around a little bit. Decorative or not decorative?
Ooh, that's a potion, is it not?
That's what I said I was gonna sell.
What?
That's what I said I was gonna sell.
No, you're right. Not to her.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. You did? Okay, I guess I just missed it. Yeah, oh, yeah, potions. Like, well, let me see. She like puts on like one of those drawer kits and looks at it. Ooh, potions to necrotic resistance. Well, like more lenses. Okay. Well, the bottle itself is not decorative, but it's enchanted to keep this potion lasting pretty much forever. The swirling liquid is quite artful and tasteful. As a usable item, we could probably, in my experience, probably sell this for 20,000 gold pieces if you're willing to wait for the auction. Ever since the war went off, it's been really hard to get a hold of these.
At this point, I am like completely forgot about seducing her, and now my mind is strictly focused on the gold. And I'm like,
Remember, we're still connected too, by the way.
Are you giving us live updates on
Sir,
No,
sir,
I'm
sir,
not-
sir, are you okay?
that's a lot of gold.
Yes, it is. Well, ever since,
While
Since
she's
Negro-
talking, I'm telling him, 20,000 gold, 20,000 gold, 20,000 gold. That's all you're getting is just 20,000 gold, 20,000 gold.
Wait, what?
Ching,
And this is
ching, ching,
what
ching.
potion is this?
Resistance.
Okay.
Pretty sure all you're hearing is the intro to the song Money.
So as I was saying, since the the Civil War took place with all the necromancy, raise of the dead, and most of the entire United country's necrotic resistant potions reserve has been used. So these are incredibly rare and valuable at the moment as they're trying to make more. But it takes, and since we lost most of our necromancers, there's not a whole lot of people who know how to make these anymore. So it's quite a rare and valuable item. Yeah.
Was not expecting that for a first time necromancy. My message Jace, like, stop saying 20,000 gold. What's 20,000 gold?
That's how much she thinks we can get out of the potion at the auction.
What? Look at John.
Oh hell, don't look at me like that. I don't think I can make anything that good.
I'll message you back. That's not what you're talking about. How much you just want to buy it for outright?
And what would you be willing to pay for it right now?
So what I gave you was probably the best case scenario. I would be willing to give you 10 for it right now.
I'm just relaying it to you.
Roger just
That's a lot.
She's willing to offer just 10 for it. Alright.
No.
Do we want the potion? I mean, I just had it because I stole from Doc's place.
I mean, you plan on using it? Cause I don't.
I don't plan on using it. I don't think any of us really plan to use necrotic resistance for an hour.
We could, if we're gonna be going to the auction to buy shit anyway, we could probably use the gold.
Are you guys talking out loud or in your heads?
Probably in our heads still.
I look
You know why these two
constipated.
just keep staring at each other?
They're in love.
I'm starting to wonder myself.
Okay.
Turn into an episode of Brokeback Mountain.
So, okay.
I can't quit you, man.
You're killing me.
God.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at her, look at this potion.
I'll send him a message. I don't know.
Alright.
10,000 now. Best case scenario 20.
He gets only 2 days from now if you're willing to weigh that.
Is there somebody in your backyard? Looks like the lights are on.
I don't see anybody. I think it's just a reflection on cars.
Okay.
I'll just message him and be like, 10,000's fine. If you want to wait to try to sell it in the auction, we can do that. Maybe we can use whatever funds we gain from the potion at the time to pay for things. If we decide to stay at the auction. But,
Okay, so we were thinking, I was thinking about possibly looking into buying in some items from the auction also. What order would you sell things in at the auction? Because I don't want to go and throw my hand up for some, say, very expensive item and not exactly have the cash flow to back it up, but say we're that potion to sell for an extremely high amount, I could afford more items.
Usually we will sell the most decorative items last. So that would usually be the like swords and shields and anything like that. Potions you would usually be one of our first items to be sold since they're usually considered consumables. I could make you the deal that if it doesn't sell for above 10,000, I'll be willing to buy it for 10,000. And then I can always push it a later date when things are needed.
So we would get a guaranteed 10 no matter what. I would get the guaranteed 10. Let's do that.
Sir, are you okay? I've been using the word we a lot.
Recently divorced. I've had to think of as me and my wife a lot.
I'm
So
sorry to hear that.
this is one of the items that I got out of the divorce. But anyways,
Okay.
yes, let's do that. Let's wait for the auction. If you have a guaranteed 10.
I can guarantee 10. We'll wait for the auction. So give me a moment. I'll start filling out the information for putting this in. So she hands you the item back. She goes and you see her unlock the door, as she did earlier. Goes back into that room. Comes back out with a book, like a very thick leather-bound book. She opens it up. It's like, okay, what's your name?
Timothy?
Timothy. Yeah, you just went by Timothy.
For reasons, yes.
Okay, Timothy. Okay, and then we have one necrotic potion. Do you want me to hold on to it, or do you want to present it on the day of the auction?
I will allow you to hold on to it.
Okay. Okay. And then $10,000 minimum. Okay. 10,000 gold piece minimum. Okay, so she turns it over and I need you to sign here. She wants that line.
I'll just sign Timothy.
Okay, so Timothy. Then as you sign it, what you notice is you do see a whole bunch of other lines as well. Go ahead and make a quick perception check for me. 8. Okay, all you notice is that when you sign your name, you notice that all the letters seem to rearrange themselves real quick after you're done signing it, and then she closes the book real fast before you're able to take a look at anything else. Closes it. Okay. So I have, if you want to follow me at the back, I'll show you. I'll be storing it.
Sure.
Okay. Follows you back, and you see, the same room you saw earlier with tons of decoratives. And there's a glass case, and she pulls out another key, unlocks it, and puts it in. It's like, all right, so these are our security classes. They're completely impervious to physical damage. You can only open them up with this key, and I have the only set of keys on me.
Okay.
Yeah. Each different case, you can see all the case has an individual key I keep on me. So we don't have one that opens up every single one. They're each an individual key.
And you keep all these keys on you?
Yes.
It's a heavy burden.
Well, heavy merchandise.
You feel like you can keep that safe all by yourself?
I am 100% certain I can keep this safe by myself.
Fair enough. Do I believe her?
Make an insight check.
Nine.
9. I'll say this. When you look into her eyes and she says, I'm 100% certain, you start smelling ozone.
Mm.
And that's all you get.
Alright. Well, thank you very much, ma'am.
Yes. So I'll keep it here to the day of the auction. We'll just, your name will not be mentioned with the item being sold. That's just basic security measure.
Okay.
I will keep the record of how much it sells for, and I'll be collecting their money at the end. When your items sell, since you have made it interested that you want to buy items, I can do a total tally of how much money you have. And if you go over that money, that amount, you will be in charge of paying it out of pocket. Now, I will be taking a 5% service fee for selling this item for you. Just keep that in mind. So if you sell it for, if we do sell it for just, if somebody actually buys it, that's not me for 10. I'll be taking, the 500 for it.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
Handling fee. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I believe that is all my business.
All right. Well, thank you for doing business with us, Timothy. And she gives you a hand.
And what is your name?
It's Martha.
Martha. Nice to meet you, Martha.
Nice to meet you, Timothy. Well, looking forward to seeing you on the day of the auction.
2 days from now.
Yes, it is. I'm glad you can remember. 2 days from now.
Hopefully I can wait that long to see you again.
Make a persuasion check on that. Sometimes, buddy, I'm surprised you got married.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, she's gonna like this one, so...
Okay.
Persuasion?
Yes.
Hopefully you shape change where it matters, because
26.
26.
Good job. Be charismatic.
Hey, my character has charisma. I don't have charisma. She kind of stutters. Well, yes, it was a pleasure to meet you. Hopefully we be able to see each other again soon. So,
I will walk out the door.
all right, walk out the door.
Oh, after she lets me.
She escorts you out the door, obviously. So, all right. Okay. People are looking at each other. You go back to the hotel.
I'm still staring at these two lovebirds, so.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
I
you
did
get back to the hotel and still see these
Eerie.
guys just staring deeply in each other's eyes.
I go straight up to the room and change clothes and go back to Jason.
All right.
It's a lot of money. You may want to send your little blue guy to the camp and tell him that we'll be a couple days late.
I thought we agreed to 5 days.
Agreed to 5 days, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 2 days.
No, I thought we agreed to 5. Okay, so what else did you learn while you were in there?
Not breaking in. She keeps all keys on her. All glass is impervious to damage. There is a separate key for each individual case. She keeps all keys on her. I asked her if she thought she could handle it by herself. She said yes, and seemed very confident about it. The book that we think about stealing has some kind of enchantment on it to where it scatters all of the letters inside of it. To you, it does not make any sense. So if we stole it, we still wouldn't be able to read it. I think we may have to go to the source on this one. I.e. the people who are actually stealing the farm, or the equipment.
That's what the book was supposed to help us pinpoint. Right now, we're still acting on this ranch hand is doing it.
Well, I can guarantee you intimidating that guy is probably going to be a lot easier than stealing or breaking into this place.
Aye.
Okay.
Farnsby over here is real good with the intimidation. Pretty sure that guy in the fight almost wet his pants.
He did. Oh, he did.
Yeah, that's right.
What time is it?
So...
85.
Probably mid-afternoon, right?
No, it's mid-afternoon at this point, yeah.
We can go to the Glines tomorrow, I guess.
Sounds good to me.
Maybe we just hunker down here for the evening and maybe some of his ranch hands come in. Maybe we just talk to them. Maybe we try and say we're looking for work or something and something gets by while we're moving north.
That potion of resistance,
Mm-hmm.
if somebody drank it, how long would it last?
A minute.
Minute. Okay.
Oh, was it an hour? It might be an hour. It might be an hour.
Which one?
The portion of necrotic resistance.
Yeah.
I don't know, that would be kind of
She
short.
has it.
Probably an
I
hour.
know she has it. I'm
Pretty sure it's an hour.
Probably an hour. A minute was the first thing that just spawned.
I am mulling over thoughts.
You said how long the potion lasts, not how long I last.
I mean,
That's
Well,
a stretch.
I was
but-
being very generous.
I know, you were.
For
I appreciate
20,000
that.
gold, I'm hoping it's more than a minute.
That's what he said.
Yeah, you gain resistance for 1 hour, and it's a green item. Which is why I was like, my mind was blown.
No, he said it was black.
The rarity is green.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
She says.
So
Ha ha ha. You're flirting though.
Some ladies like the cheese, okay?
But like I said, maybe we pretend we're looking for work for a couple of days. And, oh no. Maybe that'll give us an embassy from Mr. Klein. Anybody else got any ideas?
I don't know if those farmhands are gonna come back to this inn.
I look around and be like, most likely.
I don't know.
I have an idea. I don't know if I can do it.
You can do it.
I got an idea. Give me a couple days to mull it over.
Well, we've got 2 days for the auction.
Hopefully it's done by then.
Can you enchant things?
No.
Good job,
No.
man.
Not technically. I can enchant one item, which is my revolver, which gives me makes it a +1 revolver. But that's all it does.
I humbly request if we ever find someone who can enchant shit for us, that that's all he fucking says.
Chocolate?
Enchantment!
Yeah, because I've got two very different revolvers, because I've got the one that was from when I was just a fighter, and then the one that is my cleric revolver is the one that I took off the goblins from like the very first mission, the really nice looking one.
Because
I
I have the other one.
I took my smith tools to it and etched it.
So it only does bludgeoning damage.
Sure.
But only if you get pistol whipped.
Alright.
It's the pearl handled ones that we found.
Mhm.
And I got one, or he got one.
So oh my god, like ambushed or something?
On the train? Very first
Yes.
episode?
Did those come from the train? I think
Yep.
those came from
Yep,
like
I've
a
been
track
holding
right
On
after
the
it.
big hobby up on that we killed.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, I've been holding on to them since then.
So, you guys will be just resting through the night here and planning on going to the ranch tomorrow. See what it sounds like to me.
I think so. That's kind of where we're
I'm
sitting.
gonna try the whiskey before bed.
I'm try the whiskey before bed. Is anything else doing
I'm gonna brave it.
Did I find any, when I was wandering, were there any, like, bookstores? When I was wandering around the square?
You do remember finding a bookstore. You don't remember where
No,
it's at.
not where it's at. That's not. Do I remember if it was specifically in the area of the square?
Yes, it was.
Okay,
it was
then
near
yeah,
your-
it's just gonna involve some wandering around. What time is it?
Probably, let's say around dinner time, 6 o'clock.
Okay, I'm not gonna bother about it today.
Okay.
Throughout the night, I'm gonna kind of just mull around the tavern a little bit. And if anybody comes in looking like ranch hands,
Okay.
just kind of meander up and talk and see if there's any work going around. Or
Okay,
whatever.
go ahead and do a just a general persuasion check as you're interacting with these folks.
10.
10. Yeah, so you're able to just glean the information that a lot of the ranches around the areas are always constantly looking for work. It usually involves an interview with foreman or if anything like that. That's about all. That's all that you glean. Okay, you're not doing anything particular, Farnsby. You said, all right. Chase. All right, so you're okay.
We'll see if I'm okay.
Okay, you actually do take a drink and find out that it's, from your experience in sailing and trade, you realize it is a Scotch honey whiskey that you're able to get a hold of. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, though.
Question:
Yes.
is Farnsby with us?
You can be drinking next to Farnsby if you want to be.
Do I get a plus from you?
Yeah, you're like +3.
+3.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna need it, but okay, so that's 21.
21, alright.
Wisdom, right?
Yes, wisdom,
Yeah.
yes. Okay,
21.
thank you. Alright. So, good news is you're not addicted, as this stuff is incredibly good. Alright. And you're thinking, there's a little tang to it, that maybe something that's not just whiskey is in here either, so. Alright.
Interesting.
Okay, so the night passes. Whoever's paying for the rooms take another
Hasn't been invented
silver
yet.
pieces, like 3 silver pieces out for the rooms.
BT dubs.
You wake up in the morning at sunrise with the intentions of going to the ranch. Okay. John, I know you were interested in looking for a bookstore. Are you trying to go before you guys go to the ranch?
How much time do I have?
It's how much time those guys are
It's not
willing
when we want to leave.
Yeah.
How far away is the range?
It's probably a couple hours ride from town.
I say we leave at 9.
Yeah, books are probably not open by then, so.
Okay, so you're planning on going to...
Nope, not gonna go. It's probably not time to if we're leaving at 9.
He wants to know how early does the store open.
Well, no, I wouldn't know that. It's
He also
If
has
we're
no
leaving
idea- he
at
also doesn't know
9,
exactly where
I,
it's
as a mountain man, am going to assume that the store is not going to be
How
open.
about this? Well, as you guys are packing your horses, you notice that the sign says open on the bookstore. How about that?
But the bookstore's in the square, we're at the end.
Yeah, you're at the end.
You said you didn't know where it was at.
Yeah.
No,
He's
I
in the general area.
You walk your way out of town, and you see it glancing out of the door, and it says open on it.
He's wanting me to go to the bookstore.
No, it's up to you.
It's like
Give you
he
the
apparently
option.
really wants to go to the bookstore.
Yeah, it's up to you.
I'm
You don't
Literally
have
is
to
trying to get you to open this chapter of the story, okay?
You don't have to go. if you
I
don't
will
want
go to the bookstore.
to. All right.
I know what I want, hopefully.
All right. You go to the bookstore. You see. Okay, getting a drink. Okay. You go to the bookstore. You see books, shelves everywhere. You see a younger man looking behind working behind the counter on a cluttered desk that full of decorations of all sorts. You notice paperweights of all sorts, books, journals. You even see
Same thing.
you see a couple of decorations, such as you see what looks like to be a wood carved apple. You see a skull placed on top of a couple of the books, and the guy just when you walk in just looks at you.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have books on plants? Preferably some with potentially abnormal properties. How many books?
Goes and starts pulling off books off shelves and pulls about 4 of them just places on the counter.
I'll look at the titles.
Mm-hmm.
And without making you have to tell me the titles, do any of these look like they're a general sort of are there any of them folk stories, or is it are each of them encyclopedia style?
So, looking through the covers, there is one that's Han's Guide to Your Woodland Plants, which looks more of an encyclopedia guidebook.
Okay.
You see Tyndall's Plant Stories, which would be more of a fairy book kind of thing
Put
going
that
on.
one on the side.
And the other two come across. You find Dr. Hemsworth to identifying strange and unusual plants, and then you find Dr. Larrington's Guide to Identifying Strange and Unusual Plants, and you're looking well, these are the same titles, and you read the first couple pages, and you realize there's letters slandering each other in them. You come to the conclusion that these guys are competitive in their field, and they're right.
So those two, I'm gonna flip through it briefly and see if there's any sort of, without in-depth reading. These plants, do they have potentially processing instructions for using them for medicinal purposes, or ingesting or
So-
using them?
The ones by the doctors don't.
Okay.
You just find the other guy one did.
And the other guide one,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold it up. How much for this one?
He looks at you, and then he looks at his skull. The skull and goes, 10 gold pieces, buddy.
Oddly, still not the strangest thing I've seen recently.
I'm actually a little saddened to hear you say that.
But, well, to be honest,
Can you turn to the page, buddy? Turn to the page. Book.
Oh my god.
yeah.
Thank you.
Is this who I think it is?
Yeah.
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 Is he reading Schmut?
Of course he is. He's always reading
How is he
slut.
not?
Freaking Henri. Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna reach into my main gold pouch on my side and pull out the 10 gold pieces and slide it over to him.
The skull replies, thanks, it, buddy, and the guy does not. The man at the counter does not his head.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much for business. Hopefully I'll be back. Then
starts like doing signs with his hand that you don't really understand.
Well, I should understand.
Can you read sign?
No, because of his skill. One of the monk skills is like tongue of the sun and moon or something like
that's
that.
right. Yeah, on
So
the-
I should get the general
You
idea
get the general idea what
regardless.
he's saying, yeah.
That was kind of how we were ruling it, is with his sign language, because he had that, anybody could roughly understand what he meant regardless.
Yeah, you roughly understand, yeah. Alright, so you pay and leave. Alright, so you guys make your way to the ranch. It's a couple hour horse ride. You get there and you see like a 2-story ranch house. You see a bunch of flurry of activity of cows running around. You see one guy like trying to saddle a horse that's like bucking and bronkling off. Looks like he's trying to break a horse, not doing a very effective job at it. And you see
I forgot his charm club, of course he did.
yeah, you see an incredibly tall human, about 6'6", standing like next to one of the corrals, just like shaking his head and looks like frustration.
Watching the guy trying to
Watching the guy
saddle
trying to
horse.
break the horse, yeah.
Is he like on the horse, or is he just trying to get the saddle on it?
Well, the saddle's on the horse,
Okay.
but he's on top of the saddle. It looks like trying to get him saddle broke or something. At first glance, is just noticing whatever's going on is not going well in the slightest.
Howdy, partner.
Like he goes like looks at you and immediately like kind of tries to like eyeball you guys. He's gonna try to make just an insight check on you. He fails horribly. Okay. All right.
I look like a mountain man.
You look like a mountain man. And none of you were wearing badges, if I remember right.
No, yeah,
Okay.
every right now is hidden away.
I haven't even given him
Oh,
one
so it
yet.
goes.
Yeah, I know we did.
Yeah.
Remember I made one.
Yeah, they gave
Oh,
you.
that's right, you did.
And I
Okay.
made copies and I broke them in half, so these two
All right.
get one.
Howdy, fellers. How can I help you?
Well, we're trying to move north, and we're running short on money. We're looking for a little bit of work to get us on through.
Temporary work?
Yeah.
How temporary are we talking?
2-3 weeks.
You guys know anything about horses or cattle?
That's a cow. That's a
Do I?
Do you? Make an intelligence check. Okay.
16?
16? Yeah, I said you do. You've actually transported them a few times,
I
probably.
was like, I want to know what my level of it of knowledge would
Animal
be.
handling.
You could either do nature and animal handling, which I think it might be the same for you. I'm not
I
sure.
believe it might be.
Just said my animal
It is not
handling,
animal handling. is
intelligence,
much more.
or nature would have all been the same outcome, so.
Okay. 22.
22.
You know some shit.
First good roll.
Okay, so what I'm going to say what you do, John, with that roll is you like look at this gentleman who you're talking to. You look at him, you ignore him, and you walk into the corral with the horse.
Alright, we'll do it.
And you start like hushing the horse, and the horse starts calming down immediately. And then like you were able to like to get it like settled down, and then you just like shove the guy that's on the horse off, and you just get on the horse and start like doing laps around the corral. It's like, okay, he seems to know something about horses. All right, what about the rest
He's
of
with
you?
us.
Like, all right,
I know a thing or two, but not quite that much.
all right. Well, that's good enough. I could use some work. We're breaking some horses, and I have a few. If any of you could keep an eye on stuff, I have a few cattle I need to keep an eye out on the field.
That I can do.
All right,
So if you need any fences strung or anything like that, let me know.
sounds good. I'm looks and goes like, yeah, I'm Steve, foreman around here. I'm more of a first name basis. I don't like my last name's Wiseman, but I don't care for being called Mr. Wiseman. That's my father. He's a dick. So, yeah. His real name is Richard, but he always just had people call him Dick. And I don't know why.
Richard Wiseman.
Richard Wiseman. So,
Wise dick.
who I'll be working with, guys? I need to know who to call you.
I'm Val.
Val, okay. The gentleman on the horse.
I'm still doing my laugh.
Yeah, you probably can't hear him. Like,
That's John.
okay, John. Little man.
Call me Fred.
Fred, alright.
Jace.
Jace, nice to meet you.
Scott.
Interesting. I was expecting something a little bit more fun.
Yeah, right, Scotty.
Scott, alright. Well, alright, I'll be foreman. So wages are, I'll be talking to the owner. This is the RC Ranch. Mr. Kleins is the owner. So it's 10 silver a day, meals included, while you're staying here.
Pretty good pay.
Wait. 10 silver a day.
Yes. We're a very lucrative ranch. And we are short on help right now.
But isn't that just a gold piece? I'm not there. This is me personally asking you just to make
But
sure I'm hearing
out
it
of
right.
character,
You are hearing it right.
Out of
Okay.
character though, it would sound better getting paid 10 of something.
No,
than
you're
one.
not. You're not wrong. This is me
Also,
asking,
so
not
you don't
John.
have to break
I'm
the
just like,
change every time you
what?
go and spend something. It's like getting paid in tens, or in tens and 20s rather than hundreds.
Right.
If I
was
see
just,
more
like,
work out of
confused.
you guys like that there, as you see John, like pretty much completely saddle broke this horse already. There might be a bonus in it at the end of the weeks.
Sounds good enough to me.
I'll take some gold.
So, where's the herd at? Go take a
Herd.
look at them.
Yeah, so
They're just running around.
no, the herd. So we have a couple guards. What I really need is a couple night guards.
I'll help you guard at night.
So are you two just the ones interested in night guarding?
I'm very good at night.
All right. I'll take you out to the herd later. We're about to settle down for luncheon, so I'll take you after luncheon. Maribel, the cook, is probably doing just some slop for lunch. Dinner's usually the go-to meal for the day, and breakfast, but he'll get us through. So the monk houses are over there. Just take anything that doesn't have a open foot locker. That means it's not taken right now. Get yourself settled. We'll meet for lunch. I'll take whoever's going to be guarding at night out, for at least to know where the herd's at and the shape of it before you have you out for your first shift.
Technically, tomorrow would be the auction.
Tomorrow would be the auction.
So we do have some errands that we have to get done tomorrow.
Oh, Sunday. We don't work Sundays.
Perfect. Sounds good to me.
All right. Great.
All right.
Okay. So if you have any questions, just come to me, ask me, or any of the fellas here. I'll be go checking on lunch, making sure it's good. So just get settled down, get comfortable. I'll be back. He just kind of takes off.
Fred?
Scott. I'm guessing we're by ourselves.
John's sitting there still riding his horse.
Yeah.
I panicked. Scott was all I came up with.
Okay. So, who was it? We said it was the three of us that were night guards.
Yeah, we're night guards. He's breaking horses, and Fred is fretting around.
Waiting to see what else he can get into.
How many pies can I finger?
No! No! No!
All right. So, John, you get off the horse after having finally broken the horse.
Okay.
You meet up together. You guys go to the bunkhouse and check out the bunkhouse. Okay, go to the bunkhouse. It's it's just a single building, like kind of shutter style windows that are open with like airflow through, and then it's pretty much just like, looks like solid metal beds with rough, nasty looking cotton pads like on it.
Is there any trunks at the end of the beds?
There are trunks at the end of the
Are there
beds.
names?
They don't have names, but you see 7 of them are closed, and there's about 10 of them that are open. It's a large, it's like kind of like a trailer looking situation.
I don't want to rifle through anybody's things, so I guess the best way to word it is from glancing at through the open ones, just at the tops of them or anything. Is there anything identifying?
The open ones are empty.
Oh, they're empty. Okay, then never mind. Unless there's anything I can maybe identify on the other ones from the outside, but it doesn't sound like it.
Make
So.
a perception check.
23.
23. So on outside of a couple of them, it looks like they're stuffed with items and they didn't stuff them all the way, as you see some a few of supplies hanging out from them. One of them in particular, you see a belt with the initials CW hanging out of it.
The initial is if I recall, right?
Nope. Doesn't seem like anything new.
Does it mean anything to anyone else?
No, so it was Fred Cole and the guy we just met.
Steve.
Steve.
Think a little further back.
Fuck, dude, how far back do I mean, I guess my character doesn't think that far back.
Should I make a check?
There was a particular time when you guys were assaulted by a gang from a distance. And they had initials painted on the side of their horses.
Remember they tried to kill.
Oh yeah, they took the sniper shot basically, and then we chased after them.
Yep.
Oh, that was outside the
Dodge City.
outside Dodge. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So their initials were CW. On the horses though?
They were painted on the horses at the time, but
All of them had it, or just a few?
there was a few of them.
Interesting. I wonder if they'll recognize us.
Does it mean something to you?
CW was painted on some horses on some Rough Riders that we met back, oh gosh, probably about 5 days ago now, maybe 6.
It's been longer than
Boy, but it's longer than that.
Was it?
This would be probably
Outside of Dodge?
This would probably be
Yeah.
like 2-3 beats ago, to be honest.
Oh, this was before we left.
This
Dodge.
was before you left Dodge. So
Yeah,
this was
yeah.
in the middle. Of
This is when you still have Bowden.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this was before we went to the fort, wasn't it? Or was it on the way to the fort?
It was actually on your way. It was on your way to the fort after visiting the lake.
Yeah.
So,
Well-
anyway, these guys.
Do you need? I know you're pretty good with your sticky fingers over there.
Does it look like anybody's really watching the milkhouse right now?
Well, I was
There's
gonna say,
absolutely nobody.
well, I was gonna say, if you want me to keep a lookout, you take a look. You know better. This is not ill. I'll go keep a lookout.
I'll check. I'll check the chest that has the CW for traps.
Okay, investigation check for traps.
Natural 20 for a total of 26.
Alright. You know definitely for sure the coast is clear.
Okay.
11.
11.
No. Investigation?
Yes. Traps.
12. 13.
13 does not appear to be trapped.
Okay. Alright, I'll pick it.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's not. Or is it locked?
It is locked, yes.
I'll pick it.
Go ahead and pick it.
It's 2 5s in a row. That sucks. 18.
8. Yeah. Oh, man, that's a low roll.
Yeah, I know, right?
No,
Chad's like,
I didn't say it was a low roll. I just said it was 2 5s in a
So-
row.
With that pick, what you actually do discover, though, while picking the lock, was that it's easy to unlock. Just click, it opens up immediately. But you did notice that there's actually a piece of string attached that looks like it's made to break to let the person know somebody was in their stuff when it's been opened. So you're able to kind of unhinge the string, and you know how to put it back on, make it look like nothing happened when you close it.
Okay.
Okay. So you start rifling through it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a simple
Investigation
investigation
check.
check for rifling through it.
The third fight?
No, it's a 6 this time.
Be like, what, 13?
6 plus 8.
14.
14. Okay.
My brain not working today, guys.
Rifling through it, you find what look like spare clothing of sorts. You find that the gun holster, part of the belt of the gun holster was what it has the CWs etched into. Like, it's almost like branded into the side of it, like it was burned as part of the decorating. But now that you get a closer look, it looks like somebody tried to scratch it out.
Like, it was X, like, does it look recent?
It looks fairly recent, yeah.
Okay.
But that with that investigation check, that's pretty much the most important thing you notice in that.
I'll set everything back the way it
You
was.
find like a bag of like extra money. It looks like it has that.
That's doing it.
Okay.
I'm a lock picker, but I ain't no thief just yet.
Fair enough. All right.
If I kill the man, I'll take his money.
Yeah, I'm murder first, thief second.
Why don't you steal? Because thieves can't.
One point attack damage.
Roll d12. Alright, so.
Oh yeah, I'll make sure everything's properly back
Okay.
and put the string back and lock it back up.
Alright. So at this point, you start hearing a bell ringing outside.
I guess that means it's lunchtime, boys.
Yeah, and then you start seeing like everything just like even the animals all seem to stop as soon as the bell rings. Just see just a float of menagerie of a few gentlemen just coming out for like almost looks like the woodwork, just coming towards the main house.
Do any of them look familiar?
None of them look familiar. You do see the three gentlemen that you got in a fight with. I think that's what you step out.
I'm guessing they're still a little beat up.
Yeah, they're still bruised. One of
Black eye.
them's limping. You
Yeah.
know. One has his arm in a sling.
Do they notice me? Because I'd be standing outside.
You're standing outside.
So.
You see the like three people come from. It looks like behind the bar. They look and they glanced over, and then you see them like glance over back, and you see just pure fear in their eyes. You see them float, and you see them standing. They see him standing behind you, and they're like, no.
You're just smiling and waving.
Smile and wave, boy, smile and wave. They seem to panic and they run to the house.
I look back at Fred. That was funny.
It may not be good.
Who are they?
Ask him.
We just got in a bar fight yesterday morning. By we, it might have been just me.
Okay.
I might have whooped their asses.
Interesting. Yesterday morning, you said?
Yeah, yesterday morning. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it 2 days? Yeah, I guess it was 2 days ago
It was
now.
2
I
days
guess.
ago.
Yeah, 2 days. Sorry, 2 more.
Oh. So
Yeah.
it was in the middle of the night.
Yeah, what you got?
Oh, it was right after we got there.
Yeah, right after
Yeah.
you got there, yeah. You're like, I'm gonna go start. You went like, I'm gonna go down and find out a bar fight.
That's right. It was nighttime one. Yeah. Okay. See.
So
I
they
can barely
weren't
remember.
at work then, is what we're getting at.
Nope.
Because if they were at work in the middle of the day, is there anything in the middle of the day?
Have you met me out of character? I'm open to it.
No, what he's saying is you could use that against them.
Oh, this is
The
true,
ranch
yeah.
hands in town drinking in the on a day when they're not supposed to be.
But they did kind of start. They did kind of start the fight. So.
Well, I mean, apparently you finish it as I look at the bandage.
Yeah.
Right?
Like one of them, he's still running in the house because he's like limping around in the house at this point.
Fred helped.
Good news is though.
Fred just shakes his head. Nope.
I guess the good news is if they do tell the boss, then he knows at least you're a good fighter.
They'll know.
Well, shall we go in? Make some new friends?
I'm a little hungry.
I just can't stop looking at that shirt.
That was not my intention there. But yeah.
All
It's
right.
okay, Chad. I don't mind you staring.
So, all right. So you guys go inside.
You just starts rubbing your belly down.
God. All right. So you guys make your way inside. And what you notice is like there's just a giant kitchen with everyone like just like grabbing food. It's eerily silent as they're all eating. As it seems like Western men taking their eating seriously. So they're not saying anything. There's a Hispanic woman like serving up food. In like sloppy plates. She like looks at you and just goes, hands you a plate.
Thank you, man.
Nada. Hands you a plate.
How would I know if I know Spanish?
I mean,
It's like what
There's a good chance I would.
you
say
know
from
some
where
of it.
I'm
I
at.
don't know.
It's like what I know any.
Because I mean, it's not
dealing with
actually a
native
language
ones
in
around me?
D&D.
You probably don't know too much.
Okay, I didn't figure
I would
out
wager
much
I
of it.
would.
Since you
from
came
where
from the
I'm
Caribbean, it's probably.
Yeah, so I guess I would recognize that she is of Latin descent.
Yeah.
Gracias.
Yeah. And she starts saying food. You notice that the three individuals you met earlier are like shrinking away from you completely. You're like, you see Steve Wiseman in there eating food, and he finishes first. He's like, just sitting there quietly waits. You guys get your food to eat.
Well, while I'm eating, I'm gonna start picking through that book a little bit. Not,
Okay.
not like horribly, just
Okay.
I'm
Just
gonna,
browsing.
I'm gonna guess that people don't have name tags on,
No, they
because
don't.
that'd be silly.
Yeah.
hi.
Kinda work.
My name's Steve. And I'm an XIV today.
Yeah. So it goes. All right, y'all.
Wait, the guy that told me the name,
Yeah.
like I can see him, right?
Yeah, you can see him. Yeah.
How far away is he?
The guy.
He's the limping one.
He's the limping one.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like. They're as far away as you as possible. Like there's like in the corner of the room, but they're in the corner that's right next to the door. So if something happens, it looks like they're trying to get ready to roll.
So I want to send him a message,
Oh, okay.
mentally,
Mentally, okay.
and say,
Let's see what that
without saying anything, which one is the guy you told me about?
Oh, okay.
You beat me to it.
Yeah. He is terrified of you already. Without saying anything, you get that, and now he's never had voices in his head before, and
I'm saying which one is whatever.
yeah, I know. He's telling him like, hey, which one's the guy you told? Because you're looking for that Robert Collins guy.
Yeah, not the one you told me.
The one that you told.
No. Which one is Rodney?
Robert. Oh, which one is
Robert.
Robert Calls, the
Yes.
guy who's doing the special jobs. So he like, first he like his eyes glance up at you. He makes eye contact with you, and then his eyes slowly float till you see what looks like to be a scrawny human man with like balding brown hair. Like it's like it's weird. It's like a deep, like you were expecting you have a U shape up here, but his just like looked like it receded straight, just middle of his head, and the rest of it is just a deep dark brown. Has a gaunt face, looks incredibly thin, like he's malnourished, even though he's just scarfing out food. And seems like with dark circles under his eyes, and he just makes look straight at that particular person. You think, okay, that's Robert Coles, that's that gentleman over there in the corner. He's like sitting in the corner of the table, just silently, just scarfing down food.
I'm not saying anything.
Not saying anything at all. Okay. And then that guy after that, he just goes back and starts eating his food. As he's done, he just leaves immediately. So. Then after everyone's done eating, Steve stands up like, all right, y'all, we got some new temp workers here with us. This one is Val, Scott, and we got Jace. They'll be doing a night watch. And we got John over here. He's going to be helping breaking out the horses. So Robert, you and John will be teamed up together. And Fred here, he didn't tell me what he's good at. So what are you good at, Fred?
You have any special projects you need help with?
Well, we're currently having a problem with monsters coming out of the river. That's the kind of special you're talking about.
Yeah.
Great. I'll put you on that with Sanders over there. See, Sanders is this really heavy set, short, about 5'2" man, wearing a poncho, a rainbow poncho. Hi, Fred. I'll be helping you out with the monsters.
Okay.
Fantastic.
How many Fruit Loops do you eat today?
I do not know what that means.
What's his name? The guy, the skinny guy.
Robert?
Yeah, does he,
He's with
does it look like there's a reason why he's skinny?
Make a medicine check for me.
He's working with John, right?
Yeah, he's gonna be working.
Wait, oh, yeah, Mr. Skinny Butt.
8.
8. Just looking at him, stress. That seems to be the biggest thing that
It
they're
doesn't
taking.
look like he's sick.
Doesn't look like he's sick, no. Not with what you look like he's maybe stressed out. Okay, so I'll be taking these 3 boys out later to show them the fields and show them where the horses are so they know where to go. The horses and the cattle are to know where to go. Robert, you go take John out and show him the horses that need to be broken and get him situated. And then Sanders, you and Fred go take care of those monsters, I guess. Can do, boss. It's like he doesn't seem to blink. It's very unusual.
You got this on your own, Fred? Or you want?
Not even an eye twitch.
If I need your help, I'll put you down. I mean, they've already split us up, so.
I'm a whiz in the
I'm
water.
kind of hoping to team up with the skinny guy.
I'm a whiz in the water. If you need my help, you call me up.
Yeah, now Robert's the best horse breaker that we have right now. But, Robert, from what I saw, John may take that from you.
We'll see if that
Robert just sits there, just keep eating food, doesn't even say anything, doesn't even acknowledge anybody. Alright, so you have your duties. We'll start with Steve, taking the 3 of you guys out. So, after your meal, Steve rounds you up. You're like, alright, ride with me. I'll show you where you guys will be keeping watch tonight. So, kind of leads you out to the field. It's a large field, and you see like pretty much hundreds of cattle out there just grazing and slowly moving. So, this is usually where they start in the evening. Our job during the day shift is we take them down to the water source that hopefully Fred and Sanders is taking care of right now, so they can drink being safe. And then at night we just move them back up here just to keep them out in this main field here, just grazing and sleeping and making sure no one comes and steals them. We haven't had any issues with rustlers yet, but there's always the opportunity that it could happen. So there's no law about it, but trespassing is shoot on sight. So you can choose to wound if you want to just bring them into the sheriff's office in the city, or we can just take care of it out here. It's up to you. I'm not asking more than what you're comfortable doing. Like if you're able just to chase them out of here without hurting anybody, that's fine with me too.
Do we get a bonus for bringing one in dead or alive, or?
The only time you get a bonus is if you catch them yourself and there's a bounty on them,
Then we
you
get
can
it.
keep the bounty.
An insight kind of conversation that we're going. And I want to learn if he's, when he says that type of situation, like, does he actually mean really just kill him? Or if he's actually more lenient to everything, because it kind of gives me an idea of like his mindset when it comes to like, hobgoblins,
Okay.
the goblins,
Okay, insight
and the
check.
elves. I mean,
Inside check 'em.
natural 20
Natural 20.
for a total
Right,
of
get-
26.
Getting a read on him when he's talking about this, the feeling you get is, the reason he seems to be hesitant to use the word kill, because it doesn't seem like he enjoys using that word. You noticed on him that he actually doesn't keep a gun on him at all. He doesn't have any type of weapon on him at all in his mind. And reading him, when he says, I'm not willing to push anyone to something they're not comfortable doing, he seems to be 100% honest about that. He's like, you get the feeling that he will only use violence as an absolute last resort.
So in my mind, he's probably not even a part of this ring of anything.
He's not, you wouldn't think that he seems to have harmful thoughts towards anybody that you've seen interactions with, because you notice that he treated Scott with respect and didn't like make any strange, unusual things about his blue skin or his race. Halflings usually tend to be a little bit more lenient too, but some people can have some hard feeling to him, but he accepted that. And then you don't notice that he talked to the Hispanic lady perfectly fine too. He actually spoke Spanish to her at one point. So, and then they also, at one point, one of the other rangers is an elf that seems to be working full time on the place.
So yeah, he's definitely not. From everything interactions that I know with him,
Yeah, and
he's not part of this, right?
so the main thing is, I don't know how good you guys can see at night, but we're just keeping an eye out, making sure no one comes up and sees the cattle, and just keeping them safe. And honestly, if it's me, if you can solve it without violence, it's perfectly fine, because if you get guns shooting out here, whatever, you probably spook the cattle, and we'll probably have a stampede on our head, which could hurt the cattle, could hurt you guys, could hurt, I mean, there was a couple boys in town that came out camping at the Lip River one day. We found them out there, and we don't want like that happening and them getting stampeded by a bunch of cows or anything like that either. So the main thing is just keeping everything as safe and quiet as possible out here. We've had some wolves out here, but usually there's too many numbers, and they usually go for the calves, and we keep them at the barn, keep them safe too. So it's usually pretty quiet out here. I have heard that the couple of the local tribes have been kind of acting up, but I haven't noticed anything out here though.
That's fine.
We're just short-staffed at the moment. Since things are getting a little heated from what I've heard, I just want more people out here.
So it'd just be you guys three on the night watch.
Just
then?
be you three at the night watch. What I'd probably recommend is just circling, just keeping a slow circle and keeping in, like, using whistles as a contact or something to make sure you guys are okay.
Yeah, that's fine. What do you mean heated? Am I heated between rangers?
No. What I've heard is they're having troubles with each other. But fighting seems to spread, and they never like. From what, it's not like the war, where you guys all just agree to meet on the field and just start shooting at each other. They're traveling around where they run into each other, they start taking pot shots, and the river that runs through this place is the Arnuanna water source for about 40 miles. So everyone comes down here for water of some sort. So get two tribes together, they may meet at the same water source at one point and start fighting it out, which could be right over there, or while we're out there watering the cows.
Well, you're talking about the tribes, not the ranchers.
Yeah, the tribes. Yeah, no, we haven't. Not to my knowledge, I haven't seen anything violence-wise with the tribes going on here. At least not yet. I mean, it's only a matter of time. The cows are kind of hard to keep in the same spot. I'm working on getting a fence built, but Mr. Klein says he doesn't have the funds at the moment until we sell this herd of cows to get the fence built.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can take it from here. Is it just three of us, or is there anybody else?
We have, since there's only 7, I have 3 on day shift. I got the 2 doing a horse breaking horse, and then plus the new feller. Yeah, it's just gonna be you 3 guys on nights.
Okay, fine.
You guys already knew each other, so I figure you guys already work well with each other, so
Well enough.
no reason to keep the guards out here with people that they don't know, don't trust that well. So.
What time does the shift start?
So shift starts. I'd be after dinner, so after the dinner bell. So go back and try to get as much sleep as you can, guys. It's gonna be a long night. The nights are getting shorter though, so that'll help out a bit. All right, so the wrap set up. We'll go with Farnsby. Farnsby.
It's Fred.
Sorry, Fred. Fred, you are situated with attacking a monster with Sanders. Sanders goes, "Hello, Fred. Are you ready to go on this?"
Yes. Do
All
we
right.
know what we're fighting?
Let me roll for him. Yes. A 2. Shoals.
So,
Shoals.
like 1, 10, 20. Can you count?
Yes. I've seen, here's the thing, I've seen them 20 times, But I don't know, I've seen the same one 20 times or I've seen 21 times. So,
Was it usually just one at a time?
yes. It is one at a time. I'm hoping it's just one. But I think we'll be fine either way. You look like you're strong.
What does it look like?
Okay, let me get the picture up so I can describe it. I do have an image in my head.
Are we gonna each take turns playing as this new guy? Four of us.
We're all gonna try and do something different with the new guy. Got multi-personality
I may be
disorder.
pronouncing it wrong. It may
You ever
be a
played-
Tool. Okay, so
Oh,
have you ever ate lobster?
yeah.
Okay. Do you know what a lobster looks like?
No,
Okay.
I've never been that far to the water.
Okay. So these things have 4 legs on the ground. How about scorpion? Have you ever seen a scorpion?
Yes.
Scorpion. Alright. 4 legs on the ground that each have like 2 little little thingies. They have like giant scorpion pictures they have here, and they have a mouth with things on the mouth.
Like how big?
How
Like
big?
6 feet tall or 2 feet tall?
It is. What is your size?
With 2 E's.
Oh, they're not very tall, but he's probably about 9 feet long and about 4 feet tall. It looks nasty.
Does this guy have a weapon?
Does he have a weapon? So take a perception check when you're trying to look at him.
You look
I
it
want
up.
to need a bonus on that one.
Did you look it up?
I just curious what the picture looked like.
Yeah,
They look really, really cool.
7.
7. You cannot see a weapon on him now. You do see a strange bulge in his poncho, but you don't know if it's a weapon or what it could possibly
He's
be.
a hunchback.
He's a hunchback, yeah.
Those look pretty tight.
Alright, let's go
Alright.
kill a bug.
Alright, let's go. And he gets on his incredibly large horse. Like it's almost like a war horse. And he starts making his way. Just follow me, friend. So he's going on his way out.
Okay.
After a while, you do get to the river. He goes, how do you want to go at this? Do you want to try to sneak in, or do you want to jump in the water, make noise, pretend you were swimming or something?
Do you see him right now?
No. I saw him right now. I know what to do.
Okay.
Do you see a giant scorpion looking thing?
Making sure this thing is real.
Are you sure your intelligence is in 6?
Making sure we don't.
I'm not insane.
Okay. Yeah, get out there and splash in the water.
Okay, I can do that. He goes in there and he's just like, he takes off his poncho, and this is when you see a giant, the only thing I can describe is a giant revolving shotgun on his back. I see like a double, like a double barrel with a revolver like thing. So he's like, and he just grabs that in his arms and he just jumps in the water and starts splashing around, just going splash, splash, ha ha, I'm playing and totally not expecting anything to come at me. So he's gonna roll and make a deception check.
I'm gonna be honest, this is probably my favorite NPC so far. I'm not gonna lie.
This literally makes me think of, because I just watched Home Alone the other night, it's like, oh no, you guys are bad guys, you better come get me! Like,
Alright, so I rolled a 15 perception check. So are you gonna try to hide and stake out, or are you just keeping an eye out?
Well, I'm just gonna stand on them.
Oh yeah, do the thing. Okay. So he's like splashing around, going, haha, I'm having so much fun. No one sneak up behind me. And then he like looks behind him. At this point you see like a giant clawed creature just pump up in front of him when he's looking behind him. Oh, there you are. And I guess we're going to go ahead and roll initiative and do more theater of the mind going on with this.
Guys, we have, never mind.
Okay.
That's kind of interesting.
Are there still drumsticks in the freezer?
Yes.
probably.
7.
Okay. You got a total of 7. You would have got warned, so did you roll with advantage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Fred dies, I'm gonna be mad.
Fred, okay, so
I'm not gonna lie.
Fred is me.
I know.
I'll be mad.
all right.
You'll have been here for like 3 sessions and then.
I know, but I thought you were rooting
Yeah.
for that other
How
guy.
many sessions was Gaston in before he died?
You were a fair handful. I had you for a little bit.
All right. So the shrew goes first, as he's gonna make
7.
he's gonna make 2 attacks. Multi-attack. So
Luckily, he's behind.
He's behind insane
he's gonna start
But
off.
he would have known it was coming too.
It's no clockwork thing.
Yeah, he rolled with advantage as well. So
Because he would have been warned too.
yeah. So gonna make a pincher attack, which he makes the attack on the pincher. So I need to roll 2d6 on that damage.
I hope Sanders has a really good stat block otherwise. Sanders gonna die.
It is the first time that he's killed off any PCs, so.
Killed off PCs.
Remember when you
The
were
target is
the rest of the
now.
deputy into the river?
Okay, and Sanders is now grappled in one of the pinchers.
His leg.
And
Keep the guy though.
the creature
Rotating shotgun.
is going to. The creature is going to use a tentacle attack on its second attack.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. So
I need some like.
okay, so
Find some real special revolvers at some point, man.
oh no, it makes 2 pincher attacks, but that one missed. But when a creature is grappled, it can just do a random tentacle. So he needs to make a Constitution saving throw for this one. It's not even in the box. Constitution saving throw was a failure. So you see, satyrs get pinched. He's able to dodge out of the second one, not in half, but then when he pinched, he's like kind of hurt. Then all of a sudden the tickles just wrap around his face, and he is now poisoned for 1 minute. And you see when like this weird like black ooze goes into his face, and his body just seizes up. So now he's also paralyzed for that minute too, until the poison ends. Anyway.
You remember these, don't you?
All right.
Oh.
You should.
It is Sanders' turn.
Remember the egg that
He gets to make another Constitution saving throw to try to end the paralyzation. He fails. He's still paralyzed. All right.
I was gonna say, you should remember these.
All right, you're up, Fred.
I am going to attack him.
All right, like you just run in. He's in the river, so you'll have to be in the river attacking him if you're okay with that. If you're being really attacking.
How deep is it on Sanders?
Sanders is like waist deep, so it's probably like to your neck.
Yep.
Okay.
Just imagine like.
That one misses. And that is what was it? That is a 14.
14, that also misses. All right. It's Joel's turn again. He's gonna make. Since you're up in his business and he has 2 claw attacks, he's gonna try to claw attack you.
So did he let go of?
No, he has 2, so he's holding on with one and he's using the other one to go after. That'd be a 24 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you are now grappled. Because you just immediately get grappled.
How many appendages does he?
He only has 2, so he's not going to make another claw attack. He's just going to use his tentacle. So I need you to make a Constitution saving throw now.
whatever the fuck happens.
Well, what did you roll?
5. But it won't matter.
Okay. The DC's 13 for the Constitution. So you are now poisoned and paralyzed.
Not poisoned.
Oh, you can't be poisoned. Okay, so you're paralyzed.
I'm paralyzed.
Actually, no. Since the poison doesn't affect you, you're not paralyzed.
Okay.
So you're good. You don't have to make that throw anymore. Okay, so it's Sanders' turn. He's just going to be making a Constitution saving throw. He gets an extra +3 because he's next to you and you're
Yeah.
conscious still. He succeeds. Right, so that's the end of his turn though, but it's back to your turn, Fred.
I'm going to. I guess I have to break the grapple.
You don't, you can still attack with it. It just means your movement's 0.
Okay. 20.
20, that hits.
15.
15. 15 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, the 15 misses.
Okay.
Just misses.
So I will do.
Couldn't have fought a soft shell crab, huh?
I don't know. 12. What do I do?
It's in your sword. The sword that you made.
Yeah. Thank God that's a 1. I re-roll. 12, 16.
16. Nice. Good hit. Good solid hit.
Any of your wounds. Great Weapon Master.
So,
Yeah, say he's a halfling. He has lucky
I have
Not only
lucky.
on D20s?
It says when you roll a 1.
when you roll a 1. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's
It's
on anything.
That's broken. I thought it was Great Weapon
I mean,
Master. I thought that was
it's not
standard.
Great
Great
Weapon
Weapon Master can do it too. And
I mean, you still have to take the roll regardless. You know, if you re-roll,
Yeah,
you have to
if you
take
roll
it.
a 1,
So
but still,
yeah,
And
okay.
then
99% of the time you're going to roll higher than a 1.
don't I have a spell I can use?
And you can use Divine Smite.
Yes, like
You smite him? Okay,
Smite me.
level 1.
mighty smiter.
Mighty Smiter.
I'm gonna have to watch that movie this week. I have to do it.
I'm trying to think. Where's that? Action.
Divine Smites would be an abilities, I would think.
Probably.
Yeah, then the level 1's 2d8. Then a level after that, they add an extra d8.
For every level after that.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. No.
They're not spell slots, they're smite slots.
For Paladin, again. Go a whole day with only using spell slots for smite slots. Don't use a single damn spell.
There it is. So I get what, 5d8?
What level are you casting it at? 3?
Well, let's see. It says when you hit, blah, 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 expend 1 spell slot, you deal 2d8 radiant and 1d8 for each spell after that. So I guess it'd be, yeah, I'm gonna fucking hit him as hard as I can.
Okay. So,
Well, no, I'll hit him a second.
second level, so that'd be a total of 3d8 that you get to roll.
2, 4, 8. Yeah, 8.
Do your
Total
sword,
eight.
you do your sword damage already.
Okay. Total 8. Alright, so that'd be a total of 24 points of damage that round. Nice. Okay, it's the Troll's turn, so what he's going to try to do is, he has both of you, he's going to like try clamping each of you again since you're both in that, so... this one's for Sanders. He hits. And then this one's for you, Fred, quote unquote. Yeah, that one would hit. That would be a total of 24 to, again, to hit. So, alright.
As a reaction,
Yes.
Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. Okay. So, roll me. So do I need to make a save for that, or is that a spell attack roll? Isn't it?
No. Flesh Brute's a save, if I remember right.
Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. All right. I rolled a 9, so I fail.
8. And 9 more.
So that's 17. Nice. Okay. Sanders takes 14 points bludgeoning damage. And Fred, quote unquote, takes a whopping 6 points of bludgeoning damage. I rolled 2 ones on that one. So, alright. The Shoal's starting to look, show him some rear turn. It's Sanders' turn. Alright. Sanders' turn. And he pulls a shotgun. And the way I have shotguns written is they don't have range disadvantage. So he's going to fire 2 times with his revolving shotgun.
They don't have range?
The way I wrote it, no.
You can be up close and personal and not have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you mean.
That's what I
Okay,
mean, yeah.
sorry.
They don't have a 15-foot range.
I was
but
gonna
you
say
can
they have
get
like a
closer.
really short range. I thought you were saying they didn't have a disadvantage spot out that
Yeah,
far.
no, I mean they don't have disadvantage being right next to you.
Okay,
So-
never mind. Yeah, that makes sense.
So the first one hits. The second one is a natural 20. He crits on it. So you see Sanders blow one trigger and then knocks it back. He pulls the other one, just like open mouths it, and just right there. So what did I have shotguns? I think it was a D12.
Gosh, that kind of.
So the first one,
Hey, you freaking run a shotgun.
okay. The first one
We're already up close
does
and personal.
I'm like, I'm surprised you haven't been
4
running
points of
shotgun this
damage.
entire time. You've been using that big rifle.
first one,
Shotgun
but
makes
the
more
crit.
sense to
Come on, 12.
That's why I took the
8
gunner.
to picking that. So he does 16 plus 2, so there would be 18 points of damage. It's starting to look rough. Alright. Fred, it's your turn.
That's why I took the gunner.
I'm gonna Misty Step out of the claw.
Yeah, perfectly fine. You bonus action Misty Step out. Are you like going on like the backside of him or something like that? Okay.
And then
And its intelligence is pretty low. So,
It's probably getting real
That's
crappy
my
about it
bonus.
now.
okay, yeah, that's your bonus
I'm
action.
gonna attack.
Attack twice.
With
Nice.
advantage.
You are flanking now, so you have advantage on these attacks.
That was good because 20,
Natural 20?
not a natural. And then 16.
16 just hits. So they both hit.
Are
sounds
you only
like.
adding 4?
Yeah.
You should be adding more than that.
I don't know about that.
What's your strength modifier?
4.
4, so
Plus
you-
your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, so
You should be adding 8.
Oh, well, then I should have been hitting all
Well,
good.
apparently, yeah. Yeah, it's just your damage, you just add the strength modifier after that. But when you roll the attack, it's your proficiency plus your strength.
Alright. So there's 10. And 13. So that's actually.
So did you roll the 2 separate? And then you added them together?
Yeah.
So that's just your weapon damage, you got 13, plus,
Yeah.
plus 8 for your 2.
Okay,
two.
13 plus 8, so that's 21. Yeah, minus 21. That's a good one. All right.
I don't think. Hold on, let me see real quick. The axe might actually do have more. Actually, it'd be another 8 on top of that. That's not right though. I think this is I think the program's actually taking in my strength modifier. Because it's 1d12 plus 4 for the axe.
Yeah, that's for damage.
Right.
That would be damage, yeah.
So,
The axe is just a regular axe?
no.
That's the actual one.
Axe warning, so it doesn't get any
Oh,
damage.
okay,
bonus
doesn't
to
get
it,
any
yeah.
bonuses. Yeah.
So yeah, the 1d4 damage is right. Okay. It's just a hit should be a plus. 2 hits should be a plus 8. So, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's a good one. It's the Shawl's turn. You just hit in the back, so it's going to make one more attack against Sanders, and then we'll try to turn around and attack you. It misses Sanders, and it crits on you. Natural 20.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a lot of damage.
4 plus 6, 10 plus 4. 14 points of bludgeoning damage to you, Red.
Smacks you with his tail.
Crit.
And then it's Sanders' turn. He's going to take 2 attacks. As he revolves his shotgun. They both miss.
That's sad.
In fact, he rolled a 1 and he's using a gun, so his gun jams.
You roll with advantage?
Oh, he did not roll with advantage. That's right.
Is it a magic?
That one
gun,
misses.
or is it?
It's not magic.
Okay.
Okay, they both miss, but he doesn't get it.
They don't
He doesn't
jam.
get that. They don't jam. All right, it's looking rough. Fred, it's your turn.
Radar. It's jammed.
Is there on his shotgun? Is there like 2 cylinders?
Lone Star.
Okay, so could one jam and the other one not potentially?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Basically, I'm standing on it.
You're pretty much standing on it, yeah.
Alright, so I want to.
Why am I not running a shotgun?
I don't know. I've been actually wondering that this entire time.
So
You're
if
like
I put
throwing
my
shit.
fist just straight on the guy and set off my ring, you gonna make me roll?
So, it's supposed to be an attack roll, isn't it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I would still make you roll. You have an advantage on the attack roll, though. Because the main thing is, like, you're splishing and splashing around, they get stuff going on, you can still miss, so yeah.
So that would be a 19.
That hits.
And that is 5, 14, 23, 43, 48, and 56.
How did
56
you go
points.
from 20 to 40?
You said 30.
That's at 30.
He said 30, okay.
I was like, yeah.
I was here, he was rolling
I did too. I was like,
So it's the ring of the ram, right?
Yeah, I put all 3 charges in.
Oh, okay.
It's 2d10 for each charge.
Okay.
holy shit.
How do you want to do it?
I just want to cut it in half.
Okay, so for those of you who aren't there, you misty step and do an attack on top, but then when you finally get the next opportunity, you just reach down and punch its face with your ring, just charging all the built-up energy that was in it. As a giant spectral ram shoots out of your ring, impaling this water creature and ripping, as it like bucks its head back, ripping the creature in half, spraying this blood this almost kind of greenish, slight greeny tint red blood everywhere, all over Sanders, just ripping in half. As then you splash into water, as you no longer have a thing to stand on.
Is Sanders still in the claw?
Sanders is like,
That's all that's left of
he's
is
like-
the claw.
and he starts floating down. Good job, buddy! And we'll end combat there, as there seems to have been only one creature in the river.
Okay, so I want to now. Where's he at?
Where's he at? After a while, he's able to kind of wiggle his way out of the claw, and he's about 40 feet floating downstream. He's starting to stand up out of the water, so he's no longer floating.
Okay. Then I'll
He's looking like he's taking some hits, though.
heal us.
All right.
So we'll do. I'm trying to think here. Oh, roll once. 3, 10. And he'll hit each of us for 10.
10, all right. That's 10. He's looking pretty good now. All right. So he's like, all right. He goes, thank you, buddy. Nothing like a good old time killing something that really make bonds. Well, I'm hungry. Let's go eat some dinner. He just saddles up his big old horse and starts riding out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in the mood for clams or something tonight. I don't know. All right. Cut to John. John.
Alright.
After lunch.
Got him.
Robert stands up and goes, just said, follow me. And he just walks outside.
I can do.
All right. Looks, he goes, I saw you earlier. I know you know how to break horses, so I'm not even bothering to teach you anything. We just have these three I need you to break, so I'm going to be working on these three.
Sounds good.
Great. Just walks over to his horses. You can go ahead and give me 3 handling checks. See how long it takes you to break these.
Okay. So, see how each individual roll goes at first.
Okay.
Because I may do something if one of them is particularly crappy.
Okay, that's fine.
So, start with the first one. It's an natural one.
Particularly crappy.
So, since I can already feel that going bad.
Yeah. This one just has a look in its eyes, and you're just
I was like, I just get the vibe.
yeah.
So before I'm already getting the vibe, and I'm getting up there. I am going to expend my storm room,
Okay.
and as the charcoal that I engraved on one of my gloves lightly glows. Basically, it says, I invoke the rune as a bonus action to enter a prophetic state for 1 minute or until you're incapacitated. Until the state ends, when you or another creature you can see within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll, saving throw, or an ability check, you can use your reaction to cause the roll to have advantage or disadvantage.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, you use your reaction to give yourself advantage, I'm assuming, on this roll?
basically,
Okay.
yes. I'm like, no. It's not much better for that one.
It's not a natural one, which was going to be fun.
It's an 11
It's an 11.
for that one.
So this time it takes you about the same length of time to train this horse as it does Robert.
Okay.
So, okay. So go ahead and go with your third one. Your second one, sorry.
13.
13.
Think
It-
about it.
It's taking some work. It's gonna be a full day to get
That's
these horses
fine,
broke.
which
Alright.
I'm not worried about. Okay. Trying to use the charge there. There we go. And the last one. That's better. 22.
Yeah, that is much better.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to say though is overall, you're able to finish at least partly saddle breaking your horses way before Robert is, with the way I rolled.
Not bad now.
So you're able to use this time. I'd say you probably have a couple hours before Robert is able to finish breaking your, like starting in the break process of his horses. What would you like to do with those couple of hours? You do have the information, I believe, that Farnsby has shared with you guys about Robert. About him, about
And
him.
he's the one that's running the special errands.
Yeah, he's been one that's been called for special errands. You do have that information.
Well, begin with, I'd like a vibe check.
A vibe check.
I'd like a vibe check.
Alright, give me a vibe check, an insight check.
Yeah.
Worth 500 points, please.
Well, I have an advantage on it, so that's something.
Sit out the way, you've been wrong.
I know!
You are not vibing.
Okay, that's better. 21.
21, okay.
Like, just, what's the general feel? I'm not asking for anything specific here, but like, how dodgy does he feel? Like, does he really feel like he's the kind of guy that they would really hand off something that's that important to, especially with his demeanor? Because, like, just me, I'm like, I don't know if I trust this guy myself to give him special jobs like that. Like, do I get the vibe that there may be something more to him?
So what you notice from him, he seems to be in a pure state of exhaustion. Like something's been going on that he's not being able to re-energize or rest. He's not resting properly for some reason. He's the only one that you've noticed that looks like that. So you think something's going on with this guy.
Okay.
With that well of a roll, you do notice though that his mannerisms are that of a skilled, very skilled individual, but it looks like he's just being downtrodden with pure exhaustion at this moment.
Okay. I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay. And you said I have a few hours.
You have a couple hours, yeah.
All right,
Of
so
him just
then-
training his
then-
horse. If you want to try talking to him or something. Or do something else.
I do want to do something. I want to find the there's like an area that people seem to be congregating around to like partake in smoking.
Oh, like a smoke area kind of thing?
Yes.
There's like a big old tree in the yard where it looks like everyone, like when they have a moment of thinking of just taking a break, they kind of go under and relax a little bit. The shade tree almost. It actually looks like it's an apple tree that hasn't actually started growing apples yet. Yeah, not blooming or anything.
I'm not looking for any information or anything like that. I'm gonna go inquire about. I'm looking for a couple boxes of matches.
Oh, you just
I'm
asking.
looking for matches. Yes, they would probably know where I would find just a couple of boxes of matches.
Okay, yeah, you inquire. Roll just a general persuasion check to see how smoothly it goes inquiring.
Okay.
It's not a terribly high DC.
Yeah, but you've seen how I've been rolling. I got
Yeah.
an 11.
11, okay. You come up asking for a couple boxes of matches, and they look at you as, you know, they're like, seem to wander, and they're like, I mean, surprised you don't have any on your own, but they keep them, there's a supply shed in the back of the house next to the outhouse where they keep that kind of stuff. We're not allowed in there without permission, so you might have to wait till Steve gets back before you go in. Just go in
As
there.
long as I know where to get some. Okay. Got a project. If it works, I'm gonna actually be really happy.
Okay, so that's what you're working on for like pretty much that's what you were doing for me a couple hours.
Not for the full couple hours. I just once I at least know what I'm looking for, I'm just gonna go back to Robert
Okay.
and kind
Just
of strike up and
Truck
just have a conversation.
Okay, you're gonna try to pry any information out of him?
No.
Okay.
No.
You guys have a basic. He's like, he seems a little distant, but he's also focusing on the horses too. But you're able to get a halfway decent conversation out of him. All right. So, but at this point, everyone seems to come back from their respective tasks. You guys came back earlier and probably resting. I see you guys take a short rest to try to get ready for the evening. Does that sound like something you guys would have done? Okay.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it does
Need a
anything
short
for me.
rest.
I don't think it does anything for me, but yeah.
It doesn't do anything at this moment because you haven't done anything, but I'm giving you
I have.
an opportunity not to be exhausted when you get up in the morning, I guess. So.
Towards the end of our conversation, I'm gonna ask him if he smokes.
Well, you mean like tobacco and cigarettes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
You seem a little tired. And believe me, I have been doggone tired just getting this far on all our rides. And I'm going to pull out one of my cigars. I'm going to say, now this cigar will probably give you the best darn night of sleep you've ever had. But I will warn you, make sure you're near your bed when you use it, because you're going to pass out. But it'll give you a full night's rest.
Well, all right. Persuasion roll on that.
What dice do I want to use? Because they're all failing me tonight. 16.
16. He looks at you and goes, well, all right, I'll take that from you, buddy. I'll take your word for it. But right, I haven't been sleeping well. I've been having nightmares for the past week since I've been working here.
Well, if it don't work, just come back to me and I'll hopefully be able to make you something that works properly.
So it's mainly like, I'm always exhausted, I'm tired, but as soon as I go to sleep, it's just vivid nightmares.
Well, the first time after the incident with me out in the woods, when I first came to the woods, I had nothing but nightmares for months. Believe
Yeah.
me, I've been
That
there.
sounds horrible. Like, just the fact that you were out in the woods.
Well, all things considered, things went a lot better than they could.
I know you mountain man's a tough son of bitches, I know that. No offense. No offense to your mother. No offense to your mother.
No. That cigar, I was like, be careful.
Oh, yeah, he said
Yeah,
right
make
before
you go
bed.
sleep, yeah.
Right before bed.
You will pass out at the end of it.
Alright. Okay, so that's all. You guys wake up, and Farnsby, you come back with Sanders at this point. You guys wake up in time to see Farnsby or Fred, as we're going, come back covered in like green, red blood.
Well, I'm sure we would have rinsed
Oh,
off.
come on, man. Alright, fine, they washed off. But looking exhausted, showing some wear and tear on them.
Did you kill it?
You could say that.
What was it?
It's a big bug, water bug. I don't know.
Sanders, what is it?
Giant water squirt.
I believe it's called a shul.
Shoot. Oh. Big pincers? Lots of
Yeah.
wiggly teeth?
Yes.
That's what I do.
Yes.
I don't know, it was a while back. Those things suck.
Yeah, I was frozen for a while, but thank good to my new buddy here, and he pats Fred on the shoulder. He helped me out. Looking forward to working with you.
That sounds like a lot of effort on his part.
Well, now I'm
And then
off.
I just like, who seems to be the biggest gun freak
The biggest gun freak
in our party?
in your party.
I mean, so it'd probably be John or I.
Yeah,
I've seen him do weird things with guns. and
You see me do weird things with guns, but you've also seen me make parts for guns.
See, I think
Yeah.
you've seen him do his gun
So-
ritual thing too, so.
He literally looks like he's worshiping a gun sometimes.
Right,
That's
yeah.
coming out of it.
So, this shotgun, has he covered it back up?
He has covered it back up at this point.
I just like sent him like a little mental note. You should see his gun.
Is that a metaphor for something?
You don't know that. You don't hear it.
That's very mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm going to decipher what I think that means.
Okay, you interpret that however you want to. All right.
And look at that barrel.
So you guys need back up, or you guys wanting to exchange any information or do anything at this time before?
Are we alone?
At this point, I'd say you guys are enough to be alone. Yeah.
So has anyone figured out who the Rodney feller is? Robert, sorry. Yeah, Robert feller
Yes,
is.
the guy that he's working with.
Now,
Well, I still haven't seen him.
did we ever have...
Yeah,
There's a Rodney guy. He's the owner. You haven't met
Yeah,
him
I keep
yet.
getting those two mixed up.
well, I can tell you
I met
Sanders
Robert.
doesn't know who he is.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we have reports when we were in Dodge about people having nightmares?
Yeah, but we thought it had to do with the vampire.
Yeah, and wasn't that something to do with it extending its influence on them?
Something like that, yeah. Why?
Robert's been having nightmares every night here lately.
But-
And it may not be correlated, but the fact that we just dealt with a bunch of vampire shit, is it possible something broke off from Dodge City and made it up here? Like any possibility at all that some loose end we missed? Or could this be something completely unrelated?
I'm gonna rack my mind through all of this, through all the Dodge City incidents, and every bit of notes that I read and everything like that.
Mhm.
The one thing that comes to mind is the notes that he left. But it didn't seem like that was vampiric related. It seemed like it was something completely different,
Mhm.
right? Yeah. But going over in my head, we did kill every vampire that was accounted for at that point.
Yes. Yeah.
As far as I know, according to the doc's notes and everything like that, we killed everything he sired, at least that we could tell.
Alright, it was
just a
thought.
But that doesn't mean there isn't anything that's influencing something else. I mean, something was influencing the doc,
Right.
so. I don't know.
Just a note to keep on tab. I gave them something that'll hopefully help them, and if it doesn't help, well, hell, I'm gonna have to find something stronger. And I don't think whiskey's gonna help.
try to keep an eye towards the bunkhouse tonight and see if we see anything happen.
We're gonna be in the bunkhouse.
You two will be, but we'll
All
be out
right.
patrolling, so
That's right.
I'll have at least be able to keep an eye out on some of the stuff that's been going on.
Which reminds me, I need to go talk to Steve.
Dinner bell's probably about to ring. I'm assuming everybody's kind of done for the day.
Yeah, go find Steve. I'll be back.
Okay. At this point, I say the dinner bell go ahead and ring. So ring, 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 pretty much as soon as you end the conversation. So dinner starts going on. You guys go to dinner. It's like fried chicken night, you know. Fried chicken, you know, mashed potatoes, all that big stuff.
How good is the fried chicken? Are we talking like?
Let me find
Are
out.
we talking about like really greasy, like dripping fried chicken, or are we talking about made fried chicken, or is it burnt?
Is this mid or?
Okay.
Are we talking like
Okay.
KFC or?
KFC pretty damn good.
So it's I rolled a 34%. So we're looking at
The shits.
Sound
So-
Taylor.
we're looking at a Hispanic version of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
It's just covered in.
Well, that's
cheese,
chur- that's
you love
church's chicken.
cheese and
Church's
cayenne.
chicken.
Church's chicken is usually run by Latin people, and
Yeah. So it's
Alright.
so instead of using flour, it's cornmeal, and there's a lot of chili powder in it.
at least this ain't
I'm gonna
like.
be honest, that doesn't sound terrible.
It doesn't sound terrible. It's a unique experience.
Yes.
It's better than the Oriental fried chicken I had. I'm pretty sure it was cat.
Alright. But during this dinner, you see a gentleman standing about 6'2" walk down the stairs wearing a completely white suit with a white brim hat.
Is it tall?
The hat?
No. It's like tearing through the building as he walks, and then you finally realize there's like a rut in the ceiling where he walks steadily every time.
Yeah, no.
Well,
No,
that's why I
it's-
can see sunlight.
I'd say it's tall, but you're looking probably at like a 10-inch tall hat, not like go through. And he also has a cane, which looks like has a either crystal or diamond as the head of the cane. He kind of walks down like, "Howdy, y'all! I heard we have some new employees down here."
And I'm like busy
Yeah,
looking through my book, not
I
even
do
paying
see
attention.
some. I do see some new faces. Well, I'm Rodney, and it's fantastic to have you all on my crew. Even though I've been told it's temporary. Vibe check.
Does he feel slimy?
Insight check.
I was like, that's what I would know. He just, I don't know. I
While
want to
he's
know
doing
if
that,
he feels
is there
slimy.
anything that stands out? Obviously,
The
everything
hat.
stands out being he's the rich one here, but you know what I mean? Is there anything that stands out as it doesn't belong on him, or
Make a perception check.
Was it stolen?
I think it's a, yeah, it's a 13. Not great.
14?
14. Something about him feels off, but you can't really pinpoint it.
Good enough, he's slimy. Took
So
my bear at
you
him.
do notice he has for somebody out in the west, he has an awful lot of jewelry on him. Like it's almost like pimp hands, like
Bling almost.
bling almost, yeah.
Okay.
Is he wearing a grill?
he's not wearing a grill now. Well,
Kidding me? In the West, they only knew how to remove teeth, not add stuff.
yeah. So
First time for everything.
I'm Rodney Klein, owner of the RC or Rodney Klein Ranch. While here and you're under my employ, please refer to me as Mr. Klein.
Mr. Klein, thank you for letting us work for a couple of weeks.
No, it's fine. I could always. Steve tells me you guys have already done good work, and I can always use the extra hands. It's hard to get good help around here.
We've got quite a bit of range of experiences, and we probably can do some good for a couple of weeks.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm probably the best paying ranch up here this far north, so I'm looking forward to this.
The cane itself, can I look at it real quick and just kind of see if it's something in the diamond or
Yeah, perception check.
Use clue.
Welcome to the dynastic part.
I want to pay attention not just to the cane, but to his hands and all the jewelry, looking for that one ring that we're supposed to be looking for.
Okay.
It's alright.
I know you're good at it, but it still hurts to see numbers like that.
Perception?
Yeah.
17. And a roll, or 20, and passive.
Oh yeah, you don't actually see the ring that you've been sent to look for on him. You do notice that the cane looks like it probably is not just a cane, but you think there's probably some sort of metal attachment that goes down the center of the cane that attaches to the.
Kind of like my
like
rapier.
you like rapier. You kind of see like a little seal, like kind of looks like maybe something kind of twisted a little bit. You just noticed a little bit of a crease in there.
Look a lot like Malcolm's.
Wanna use divine sense. See if
Okay. So you noticed a strong demonic aura coming from him and below you. As soon as you pull
I
it
can't
off.
see it. If it's below me, I can't.
Does it have to be in line
Yeah,
sight?
it has to be.
Because I know you can tell if something's been desecrated with divine sense.
It's like good and evil, and then I can see.
If the ground's been desecrated, he can probably tell that.
Like, I can know the location of a celestial, a fiend, an undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Oh, not mine, pull it up. Yeah. So you get that immediately coming from you, and you can probably feel that they're going to land below you has been desecrated.
Is he demonic or?
It strongly sense of demonic presence coming from him. Yes.
Well, I didn't know if it was something like the.
Something on him.
On
No.
him.
No, it seems to be radiating from him.
And I would know the difference.
Yes, you would know that.
That's
immediately.
I'm already leaning towards that.
What?
Nothing.
Nothing. I'm giving you ideas.
I really want to know what you said.
Don't we all?
What makes
We're placing bets.
These two are in love.
Okay, that's fine.
We're basically placing bets on what we think this is.
Okay, because you might be right. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
I hope not.
I do too.
I mean, that's.
that's what you ran into. Yeah.
Okay.
So how would you like to react to this situation?
You hold your cool, man.
Do you hold your cool? As you seem to be talking to a demonic, there's a demonic entity in the room talking to you right now.
I know.
Roll them percentage dice.
Doug Dimmadome, the demon.
The moment he asked,
I'm Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Demon Dimmadome.
the moment he asked one of us if we have a cloak,
Are you ready
I'm
to
losing
do the
my
die?
shit.
Who has the cloak?
None of us.
None of us do? It's
Are we
gone?
getting anything off
Okay.
of anybody else?
What?
No, not
We
it.
determined it was gone.
Well, how about this?
the session
You
after.
see,
I thought it was given to one of
you
us.
see Robert Call in the room, and you see like a demonic energy coming from him, but it looks like it's not, like it's almost just surrounding him, not coming from him.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
Okay.
Now, I'm not a redemption paladin, so you don't have to just auto attack me.
No.
So,
Play smart, play smart, please don't let us die.
so
This is up to
I haven't.
This is up to him.
So are you
I have
twitching at all?
not. I have not completely healed, and I have used spells.
Yep.
So I will just like demon in all their heads.
Okay, so yeah, each of you get a little ping like,
Demon,
hey, that guy's a demon.
demon.
Okay.
I take it. No.
Before I do anything,
I rage.
It's like, Mr. Klein, you know what a Molotov cocktail is?
We all died another day.
I need my matches first, damn it.
wait.
We're in a
When
kitchen
I
that
use my
probably
psychic-
has fire.
When I use my link, my psychic link, do I do something, or does it just kind of naturally happen?
It just kind of naturally happens.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not like standing there and like a giant purple light goes from your head to somebody. No, it just happens. Yeah, it just happens naturally.
So, because of the new level, I can now do up to 4 creatures you can see. So, I can now include everybody in this party now.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
So,
Hoorah!
So I will
We're
link
not
this
the
out
army.
Okay.
And of course, as soon as you link us,
For 6
for
hours.
6 hours.
as soon as you link us, you just get matches.
I'll continue my conversation with Mr. Klein as long as he's inclined to continue the conversation. But like, Farnsby, did you just say demon?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the guy in front of us?
And then I'm just kinda like nodding my head towards the guy stalking to us, yes.
Huh.
Keep scrolling through my book. Looking
All in favor of attacking tonight?
No.
Say aye.
9. No.
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 Need
I
more
said tonight.
information.
Okay.
Like later on, I'm hurt and I'm down
I would
spell.
say Farnsby's looking hurt.
Not that hurt, but
He's looking hurt.
I mean, do you not see the claw marks around him?
Let's strategize tonight.
Impel marks, the tentacle scars.
Let's strategize tonight. Farnsby, was there anything else you wanted to say about anything?
I guess we'll strategize and ignore our jobs tonight.
No, we can strategize while doing that.
like
It's not a mile away, is it?
No, it's not a
I
mile.
don't even remember how far away we are.
And we still have the auction.
I'm just basically gonna say, I think our lead on, what's his name?
Robert?
Yes, Robert. I think he's being controlled
So, hopefully.
by this dude. Because he doesn't look good and he has a little demonic around him. But it's as if somebody's casting spells on him, I would guess, if I had to guess.
So anyway. But yeah, we're just kind of traveling. We're heading north, heading towards North Dakota. Looking for a little bit more mining work, from what we can tell.
Yeah.
Just for a little bit, and then probably make our way back east to, Chicago. Chicago's always a good time here.
Yeah, I've never been to Chicago. I'm more from the south.
It's hot down there.
Incredibly humid too.
Spent some time in Florida. It's not great.
I went to Florida on a business trip before. I usually went from New Orleans up to St. Louis. That's usually where I travel from. But my business fell through, so I came up here, decided to start selling cattle.
It's always a good business. People need meat. So
Yep. I mean, my only competition right now is the Basculus Farm down there in Kansas.
oh, I forgot about that. I haven't had that before.
Yeah, there were supposed to be competitions with Australia, but people are really, really enjoying the Basculus. So now it's competitive in the American beef market, which makes it really difficult.
I think beef will probably last.
I think so too. That's why I'm investing in it, but it's just really difficult to. I'm assuming that the exoticness of the Basculus will wear off. I mean, it's hard to really enjoy a giant lizard steak.
Who knows? Maybe one of these days they'll start petrifying people.
I mean, so what I've heard is anytime you don't need to have watchers for them, because every time that somebody interacts they're not trained around or know at night, they immediately petrify them. So they're great against protection from rustlers because they'll petrify their own rustlers.
Well,
But
What happens if it's an honest mistake?
I don't know. I think that. No idea. I have no idea. I don't know that much about it. I mean, like, you put me in with a pen with like 30 different animals that could look at you and turn you to stone, I'm not really inclined to go in that pen.
It's fair, I'm just wondering what happens if a kid runs out there. You won't know any better. Or she.
Or she,
It's a long road, isn't it?
But
If it's
not-
trampled on and breaks.
Anyway, this discussion has devolved, so I'm looking forward to working with you guys, even though it's only temporary.
Good working by you as well.
I'll be returning to my office doing paper, trying to get the governor to give me even more land to extend my operations here, which after we sell this, I'm hoping to be able to buy enough fence to get that, all of it fenced in.
Hot as hell.
Yeah, but unfortunately up here in Nebraska, if you don't do it in the heat, the ground's gonna be frozen solid by the time it's cool enough to do any work.
True.
Well, enjoy your dinner. Enjoy staying with us while working, and let's see, he like starts walking up the stairs, doesn't even partake in the food, he just goes immediately upstairs.
That's where it's finish our meal. Well, I think we may have found at least one culprit. I can't tell if this is for everything or not, but holy shit.
Well, what I don't understand is, if this guy's stealing and selling magic weapons, why does he not have enough money to fix it? What's he really doing with the money?
He doesn't, I thought he had to buy property. Was that? Isn't that what you said?
He's trying to convince the governor to give him more property.
So it's not a matter of buying fence, it's a matter of getting the land.
So he can't finish the fence until he knows whether or not he's getting the land.
But the whole stealing of the magical items and stuff,
With some, get them to fight so they get moved off the land.
I was gonna say, is that the end goal, is to get them to move?
Letting the government take care of the problem. Sending in.
Sending in a miss. This group of us take care of the problem.
You think he knows who we are?
70% chance he probably gets an idea that we're not just normal ranch hands.
I'm
Maybe
green. I'm
30%.
greenish blue. What do you think?
30% saying he probably doesn't know where I am seeing, but he must think we're something different.
Fred, is there anybody here? The guy that you worked with this afternoon, is he in here?
Yeah, you see him in the corner, and you like guys like stare at him, he like waves.
You get any
Robert.
senses off of him?
I don't get it. He doesn't have any senses. No common senses.
Someone
He
should
gets
keep an eye
up,
on him.
he's like, hello friends, how are you doing today?
I don't believe I've made your acquaintance.
Yes,
I wish John
I am
was
Sanders.
social enough to actually interact.
gives you his hand, shake it. It's a strong handshake, but it's wet, like sweaty, uncomfortable.
Someone who's familiar with water, that's uncomfortable for me. Is his gun stowed away?
Yeah, it seems like he's still wearing his poncho and there's a weird bulge in his back, yeah.
Okay, so it's behind him?
Yeah,
Okay.
like,
Oh, hey, my buddy here, he'd love your gun. Can you see it?
you like guns, friend?
Yeah,
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that.
he brings out his revolving shotgun, double barrel revolving shotgun.
Shit!
I made it myself.
How stable does this thing look?
Make a take a tinker's check, yeah.
Right?
In,
And what's my
in
proficiency at
mine stuff,
currently?
I say, boys,
Should
we
be
probably ought to get
Four.
out
Okay, so
to that
plus
field
9.
soon.
Chance with this die, it's let me down a lot.
We're still a little bit, we're still dinner time.
12.
12.
So I said soon.
Looks good.
I'm gonna just start meticulously like eyeballing the parts and like trying to see if it's something I think I could possibly
So
make.
what you've noticed, it's a double barrel. There's two different like trigger actions on it. It looks like he has it set up so that when he pulls both of them back, the whole barrel spins. So it looks like it's like 6 shotgun shells in a triangular shape. So it revolves. You have 2 there, and it revolves, has 2 there, and you have to pull both of them to get it to revolve.
How much does it look like it would? How much does it look like material-wise it would cost to make this myself? In metal, in
With that check, it's probably gonna be expensive. You don't have an exact number
Okay.
because it looks like it was custom built from the ground up.
Okay.
So what are we killing
I don't
tomorrow?
exactly have a horrible forge on me.
I'll be scouting tomorrow, see if there's any more things that could be any more lobster people. But you're welcome to come scouting with me if you want.
Well, I gotta go to town.
Okay.
So maybe
Oh yeah,
we'll-
they don't work around here at the Sundays. I always just like scouting. I like being outside.
So, at night, do we take our horses or are we walking around?
You can take your horses.
Okay, cool. So my rifle's on my horse, so.
So he stops talking and just gets up and goes finish his food.
I'll tell him it's a very nice weapon.
Thank you.
I'm very well crafted.
Clementine here is a work of magic.
Do I think I could improve a weapon of that caliber?
I mean, if you roll well enough, yeah, sure.
Good, no.
Or you could break it.
I'm gonna.
Or you could break it.
I'm gonna get up, close my book, the back guys, and I'm gonna go find Steve.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna go out on patrol.
All right.
You got a couple
That's
hours.
not Alan, that's Steve. Steve.
All right. So you you find Steve. He's like shoveling one of the horse pens.
Just tell him I'm looking for a couple boxes of matches.
2 boxes of matches.
Yeah.
All right. He hands you a key. Here's a key of the shed. It's out back next to the outhouse.
All right.
There's a sign sheet for what you check out, so at least I know the inventory, what's supposed to be there. So just mark down your name and what you take and how many you take.
I can do.
And then to bring me back the key after you lock it up, after you're done.
All right. I head off to the storage shed.
Okay, go to the storage here.
Is there anything interesting in there when I get in there?
You find lots of ammunition, lots of food storage.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a perception check for anything. Perception or investigation check, your choice on
Both are
things that are interesting in here.
bleh, and my main die has let me down repeatedly today, which is upsetting. Perception. 21.
So as you're looking around, you're trying to do this hurriedly because you know
It's a
probably-
perception check. I didn't use
Yeah.
investigation.
You see underneath a chest, partly sticking out. It looks like it looks like there's scratch marks on the wooden floor of like something being dragged, and the marks lead to the chest sitting on the floor. That's what you notice.
Drag the chest over. Make sure the door's shut, but drag the chest.
Drag the chest over, you see a padlocked trapdoor.
Put my ear up to it and see if I hear like just anything in general.
Okay, this would be different perception checks.
Right,
if you look at
right.
Something else. Listening then now.
11.
No, we're not able to do anything.
Alright, put the chest back.
It sounds like a floor.
I am going, so beyond that, nothing like really special sticking out to me.
Nothing. It's a literal supply shed. Yeah.
Grabbing a couple boxes of matches, and I'm gonna take off the leaves of paper and write down my name
All right. Sounds good.
and
Where you took, yeah.
lock it up.
Okay.
Lock
Sounds
it up.
good. Get the key goes up. All right. That's all you need.
Yep, thank you very much. And
Thank
like,
you.
just kind of lightly shake the matches at him and
All right.
head back to the bunkhouse.
All right. Fantastic. And then you guys are heading at the bunkhouse to wait for him, or you guys were getting ready to go out on your shift.
So if I get ready to go out,
Ready to go out.
and
How much area, give or take, are we actually covering?
Oh, it's probably like about a couple football fields put together. You're looking
Okay.
at. Of
everything should
where
be
the
within
kind
a
of,
mile.
what
basically.
kind of where they're sleeping at, because it looks like they're all kind of cloud.
15,
crowded
20
together at
acres?
night. Yeah.
Okay.
Farnsby, are you doing anything?
I'm just gonna stay near Skinny Guy.
Okay, keep an eye on him.
I'm not gonna take a horse.
Yeah, like he immediately, what you see is he actually gets up at evening, he goes to his bed, you see him smoke a cigar that looks a little familiar to you.
Not to me.
Not to you, okay, it doesn't look
Yeah,
familiar
he
to you.
wouldn't
He
notice.
smokes a cigar, they're like halfway through it,
It should be, he should get to the end of
he
it.
gets through it, smokes it, puts it out, you're like, You see his eyes just kind of glaze over, and then he just like falls over on the bed and just immediately goes to sleep.
You'll only wake up from true love's first kiss.
Well, it's more or less the way I kind of understood it, is it kind of works like sleep. It puts him to sleep for like a long rest, but like if anybody walks up, they can still wake him up.
Yeah.
But it's basically like to just put somebody to sleep.
That way he's pretty much he's passed out.
But if you have to shake
Melatonin.
I think you have to use an action to wake him up, so it'll be like slap or something like
Yeah, and that would wake him up, but like he's out.
Melatonin, not Ambien.
that.
It was laced with a sleeping agent that I picked a while ago.
Nightshade?
Probably.
Deadly nightshade?
Actually, I believe that was actually what we did, and we dosed it out to how much is an adequate dosage.
That happened
I
at the
believe,
native.
I
did that
believe
happen
we
at the native camp?
specifically went and found,
Yeah,
or
I
the
remember
original
that.
one with the night elves. Because I went out and I collected a bunch of like herbs and
Yeah,
stuff.
they helped you do
Okay,
a lot.
so he passes out, and he starts. You can start seeing. He sleeps out. He starts still tossing and turning, like he's still being afflicted by something.
But he's just laying there.
He's just laying there.
Hmm.
At least at the moment, he's laying there. So,
Wow.
so you guys are on your horses and you start heading out.
I'm not taking a horse.
Not taking a horse. You're just walking out there.
I want to be stealthy.
Okay, the entire time, even on your way out there.
Yep. Not on my. Well, it's still, since we're heading out right after dinner. It's still light out.
Mm-hmm.
So no, not to get out there.
Okay, I'll get out.
Just once we're there.
Okay. Once you're there, you guys get there
I
as
can
night
ride on the
falls.
back of my horse to get there.
Okay.
That'll work.
Okay, fair enough. You guys right out there. Are you staying at the bunkhouse for all?
I'm staying with
With
Yeah,
Robert?
yeah.
Okay.
With Ricky Bobby.
Okay. John, are you sleeping, getting a long rest tonight? Like, is that what you're doing, John?
I'm actually going to work on my project a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna rest.
Yeah, you're on a rest, but you want to keep an eye on him. All right. Go ahead and make a perception check for as you're resting. And I'll just remember depending how much longer we go here.
It's 11.
Okay. Yep, okay. So I remember that with you three.
Okay.
You guys get out in the field and it starts getting dark. Go ahead and make a stealth roll for me.
19.
19.
Sorry. Yes. 19.
19. Okay, you guys are keeping an eye out. You guys can, all of you can make perception checks for anything suspicious that comes onto
One for a total of 7.
Do you want me to roll normal, or there's only a 20-foot of dark vision?
Go ahead and do it at disadvantage since it's going to be
I have 120 feet of dark
You
vision.
can do normal.
And I can see perfectly fine. It's not
I only have
perfect.
normal dark vision, but I rolled a 1, so there's no point in re-rolling.
I rolled a 5.
14.
14, okay.
5.
5.
Actually, can I boost that now? Now I got that power?
What is the range on the talking?
Up
And
to a
it's
mile. Yeah.
Okay. Cause mine's like 30 feet, but I get to do it at will, so.
Yeah, he gets to his.
Message
for-
cantrips are.
He has to roll a d8, and that's how many hours he can do is, but it's up to a mile range for things he can get connected.
Okay, using a skill or a tool that I have proficiency with, which I am proficient in, I can roll a silent dice and add it. But it has to fail. So did I fail?
So you failed for the important thing I would want to.
Okay, so I can add a d8 to this. So it was, what did I say, 14?
You said 14, yes.
That gives you an 18.
Okay.
And I would spin the dice.
Okay. So are you,
Mine was 7. My
beside-
passive is 16.
okay, besides keeping an eye out, what are you guys planning on doing tonight?
Just doing the normal patrolling.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I will keep a lot of focus on, like, especially when I'm rolling around towards the farmhouse,
Yeah.
keeping an eye on more on it than on
It goes
her.
up in flames.
Yeah, so what? So luckily you rolled an 11. Right, because you didn't get any bonuses plus that to your perception roll.
It's 11.
11.
My passive is 11.
Okay. So what you see though is you're about to drift off. It's night. You see Robert just sit straight up. Turns, stands up, walks out the door, and as soon as he walks out the door, he just completely disappears.
Would I have been in there back in there by then?
You probably would have been back in there. by
So I would have seen
I
this
was
too.
gonna, as soon as he sat up and started getting up,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say something to him.
Okay.
Like, where you going, buddy?
Bathroom, and he just keeps going.
I would have seen him shaking, right? Like tossing around.
Tossing and turning. Yeah.
Okay, John is currently going through a mental checklist of what he can and can't do for the next day.
Okay.
I mean, I was just gonna follow him to see where he went, but as soon as he goes out the door, he just disappears.
He just completely disappears. Yes.
I can't really follow that.
Okay. I mean. Okay. So, as a reminder, you are mentally connected to these guys to a mile. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him the skinny guy just poofed out of existence.
Wait, what?
Like he set up like he was sleepwalking, walked out the door, and like he's gone. Like he's nowhere.
Did he poof in smoke, or did he kind of flash in purple?
Plus, I was standing right by.
You're standing right up, and it's just like he just went clear.
Yeah, you
You
just
just start seeing, just all through him all of a sudden. He's just gone. He just disappeared. You know, that's the best way I can describe it.
Then he went invisible.
yes.
Okay,
If I reach out, can I feel him?
So immediately in front of you, if you reach out immediately, you don't feel anything. You can start like walking forward and trying to do that if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, if you start like walking like doing that, go ahead and I don't know.
Unarmed strike with.
Unarmed strike.
all right.
Slap out. Yeah, to start waving. Yeah, unarmed strike. I think that's the best thing you can do.
That is 19.
19. With that, you kind of feel like maybe fabric slipped in your hands as it seems to be somewhere in front of you. Like almost directly in front of you, like he's like going in a straight line.
Towards?
So at this
I mean, I can see through him. So wherever
you
he's
can
going.
square. Yeah, it's just if he is honestly going in the straight line, it's kind of like right in an open field. Like he gets out, he'd be going to the right of the house, cutting
But
in.
he's not going like to the barn.
He's not going to the barn
house.
or
Towards our field?
Now he seems to be like, if he's going in constant direction, he'd be cutting in between the house and the outhouse and the tool shed and be straight out into probably the cow field. If he is honestly going the same way. But you had a quick, just a grasp of him.
Yeah.
So how long from the time that I got back from the matches to this happening would that have been?
Probably a few hours.
A few hours? Okay.
Yeah, it's probably like a 10, 11
I'm
hours.
determining how far into my project I am.
Okay.
I don't have anything that I can do.
I have something, but it's gonna have to wait till tomorrow.
I mean, like, I don't have anything to do.
Okay. Would you like to try to either track his footprints, see if he's making any, or see
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm gonna see if I can find him.
Okay, go ahead. You can either make a perception check to see if you can see him making tracks, or make a survival track to see if you can find his tracks and just follow them.
16.
16 for which one? Would you do perception or
Both.
both? Okay.
I don't have it.
Okay, 16 is good enough that you're able to find some. You looked down immediately after he disappeared, and you noticed the kind of tracks you were leaving, so you were able to follow those tracks off the direction. You keep following after him. Are you like running after him, or are you walking after him? Or
Is he?
he's not. He doesn't appear to be running. I mean, it's just like, are you going at have a normal pace, or are you going to try to stealth to make sure no one sees you walking out in the middle of the
Stealth. Well, I mean, no, I mean, why would I care if anybody sees me?
Okay.
I'm just out for a walk.
Okay, you got
by
normal,
myself.
normal pace. So you're going to be keeping up. You assume you're going to be keeping pace with this invisible man. After about 15 minutes of walking, you notice a figure walking towards you, short in stature, and in front of them you see grass blades like parting, and just moving, going up and down.
Are you following somebody, Farnsby?
Yes, I'm following the skinny guy.
He's officially become the skinny guy.
Okay.
Are we all hearing this?
Yeah, it's in our heads.
Yeah.
Well, remember though, it doesn't have to go to all of us, if I recall.
That one would have been wide broadcast.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Do you want one of us to go follow with him?
No, but I will kind of aim my horse a little bit towards Farnsby and kind of ride up to him, but avoiding the guy.
Okay, yeah.
And I'll look at him and go, Farnsby, or Fred, what you doing?
Going for a walk. Is this all out loud? Going for a walk.
Alright, just try to steer clear of the cattle. We'll spook them. I say to his head, in case somebody's listening.
Yeah.
No.
And then I will try to keep an eye on the path as well.
Okay.
Can I put two and two together and kind of figure out where he's kind of headed?
Have we passed the house or anything yet?
Oh yeah, you already walked
Yeah,
through it. Yeah, you
yeah.
walked through it on the way here. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you thought, like, you think people may think you were going to the outhouse or something before you went past it. So if anyone was paying attention from the bunkhouse, they might think you were using the restroom. So all of a sudden, both of you would notice that the tracks in the movement starts moving towards the center of the cabin. And then,
He's just counted.
That's his demonic pastime, Captain.
um, starts heading down, and then you see a flap in the middle of the field just open up.
Who all sees?
These two.
I'm gonna say, yeah, if I had two paying attention.
Like in between all the cows, or
Like, yeah, somewhere in the mix of the cows, you just see like a stiff object just.
what the cows don't?
Cows that's gonna pay any mind.
Like a trap door flap or?
Something like a trap door.
Okay, I was thinking more of like a tent flap. And I was like,
I was thinking you meant like in midair, like a door opens and he walks through it.
No, it's like like something was like it was maybe buried and opened up.
I mean, you say that, but somebody at this table, if I recall, did open a door in thin air and hid in it for an entire fucking battle, so. In a one shot.
Somebody did, but it wasn't me. Somebody did. I think
It
it was
wasn't
Taylor.
you.
Was it Taylor?
Weston.
Yeah, I think
does
so.
sound like
But
something
no,
you would
Weston
do.
did the
Yeah, the rope trick.
rope trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with my infinite bow.
Yep.
Can I? I'm gonna whisper. Where are we going?
Open the door.
To?
Let friends in.
In or out?
In. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session, guys.
Uh,